Just ask for this code whilst on the phone to our call centre on 0800 644 655 or simply type the code into our website and add to your basket. Jewellery Maker, giving you the best deals on genuine gemstones.
Oh my goodness, it's Designer Inspiration. Hello to everybody. How are you all? How are you all? My name is Rebecca Reddick and it is so nice to have you here with us today. Oh, I tell you what, I'm back with me family. Hi family.
Hello.
Just Pete, that's all you can hear. Hello. How are you, Brother Pete?
I'm good.
What's been going on?
I passed my driving test.
You passed your driver's test? Oh my gosh, no way. Massive congratulations. Wasn't your first time?
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't your second time, was
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Was it your third time lucky, Pete?
It was my fourth time.
Fourth time's the charm, as everybody knows. Do you know what? Well done. I think I took 4 or 5. I think I took 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so good on you, Brother Pete. Oh, happy, happy day. It's another happy day because I am joined by a lady who is so ridiculously talented that it would be so easy to dislike her with pure jealousy, but she can't even let you do that because she's just so darned lovely. It is the amazingly talented Gemma Crow.
Hello.
Hello, Crowster, how are you?
I'm very well, very well.
You are. Fill us in, what's the goss, what's been going on, anything exciting?
Loads of exciting things, yeah, loads and loads.
You're in a good place at the moment, aren't you?
Really, really great, yeah.
You have got so many treats in general going on, and today you've given some stunning pieces to us. What are we expecting from today?
Well, I put a little post on Facebook, so it's leather and chains, which you know is always good fun. So we've got Decadent Daydream, and we've got what's the other one called? Bohemian Beauty, and I think the styles, the colours really suit those names. So everything that you conjure with those names we're going to give today.
Honestly, today I have got so many treats. New leather that has been picked out by Gemma. Why did you pick these ones, Gem?
The colours, the texture, the diversity of styles you can do with it. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. But the combinations today, the colour combinations. So I picked the colours for the leather, and then Pip did his magic and put the gemstones with it and all the extras, which there are loads of.
Yeah.
And so he's done a great job of bringing it all together. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Honestly, they are spectacular. How stunning. Ben, you could absolutely rock a pair of trousers with this. Helena's saying a skirt would be good. I think one of them, like
handkerchief tops.
Handkerchief tops. Pete, what would you like with this?
I tell you what, I like trousers.
Trousers
I
as well.
wouldn't wear them.
You wouldn't wear them.
That's not my
I
style.
could see you as a bandana kind of guy with this.
Yeah.
Not like that though. I love that. That's coming up for you today. Do you know what? I've genuinely got so many treats. I've not just got one guest designer on today, actually. We're going to have a little bit of a hi, how are you, to the world's best hugger, because she's going to be talking to us about a tool that I personally have never seen before. You might have seen it, but only once. It's coming up later on. Tool that is new to me, only ever been seen once, and the gorgeous world's best hugger Fiona is going to be coming in and telling us all about this amazing piece that she herself actually was desperate to get in, and we finally have. So this, with a little bit of a talk through, is coming up for you later. And I will say that this is perfect no matter what your medium, really. If you just love how the garden is in bloom at the moment, then you're going to need this at this time, and it's going to keep you going all the year through. I've got so many treats for you today. I genuinely do. I've got some jade coming up. I've got some chrome dioxide coming up very, very shortly. I've got some keys as well, which I absolutely love and adore. I'd like to see one of them. You're going to get a collection of these, and you've got the opportunity to own 2 different types of these, 2 different colours of them today. They're so, so pretty. I've got loads coming up. I've got some last minute deals. I've got some Get the Look pieces as well for you. I've got chains. I've got a whole section as well called 10 under 10, and I've got for you some ready to be made pieces. And not just this, other ones too. Look at that one. If you like a bit more of the bling. Oh, these are coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, today I'm so happy to be back, and I tell you what, we're giving you some real treats today. We are. Let's get started. Before I show you this, I just want to show you a little bit of a VT, if I may, that will tell you about this gemstone. I have got for you one of the rarest of gemstones in the world anyway. It's one of my most loved gemstones for that reason. But, you know, it has got itself into dire straits of late. I have got only 7 of this strand available for you right now, and I tell you what, you know, 7, it's not a lot anyway, but we actually aren't currently being able to buy a decent enough quantity of this gemstone, so you might have to get more used to the last of stock kind of opportunities with this. It is extremely rare, it is beyond scarce, and this VT will explain to you one of the reasons why. Take a little look.
Many of you remember Miss Feng from a few years ago when we were out in China sourcing the peridot and the chrome dioxide. Recently, one big Chinese buyer has come in and bought all of the chrome that's left in the market for the Chinese domestic market. There's literally 1 or 2 trays left, so it's a good job. We invested heavily a few years ago. But that's it. When it's gone, it's gone. So we've got 2 issues. We've got the mine virtually depleted, and now almost exclusive rights from the mine into China, who are paying quite a big price for this very precious gemstone.
You heard it there yourself, we aren't getting this at the moment for one main reason, and that's the fact that it is so scarce, but it is so loved in Asia that someone is just purchasing it in instant. If you want chrome dioxide, if you want the name, if you want that scarcity alongside you, now is honestly your opportunity. I've got 7 of these left. It is stunning, it is workable. They are 8mm. You voted them your favourite size of one of your most loved gemstones. I tell you what, do you know what? I'm just going to say to you right here, right now, we're not messing around today. You know, the Designer Inspiration family is back together. I'm back with them this Friday. It's lovely to be back on board with them, and we have honestly packed the show out for you today. I'm getting you ready for the weekend. You're going to have a great weekend with Designer Inspiration. I'm on in the morning with gorgeous Fleur, and then I've got a launch show on Sunday with lovely Debbie B. I have got a weekend of go, go, go for you, and I tell you what, I'm starting off right here, right now. If you want to be one of the people to own this, you've got to be quick, because guess what? I've actually only got 5 of these left now. You are going to be blown away. I'm starting as a mean to go on. Chrome dioxide, one of the scarcest gemstones in the world. Today, your price point should be. We're rolling it down. Get in on the phone. I'm promising you treats galore. We've got tools you might not have seen before. I've got pieces, gemstones you might not have seen before. I've got chain in today's show. And I've I've got a competition. £69.95. We've just taken off £20 in total. £20 have just come off from this. It's about to go crazy. This phone line, the phone lines are going honestly mad. Guess what? I've got competition for you today. And do you know what? I've got 2 competitions for you today. Really, really easy competitions. You get to win up to 6 pieces today of Gemma Crows. Honestly, this is about to sell out. In fact, I don't think I've got any left. £69.95. Congratulations. Whilst you're there on the phone, if you want a prestigious high-end gemstone with that gorgeous green palette that will go exquisitely, you can't do much better than malachite. Take a little look. We hardly ever have malachite on. It is sensational. It is one of the most loved of all of the gemstones. It really, really is. When it comes to malachite, we're talking about a gemstone which in lots and lots of areas and lots and lots of places has serious connotations to religion, to the gods. We haven't got that many of this. I need to let you know, this is Last Chance Saloon. I've got less than 30 of this available. We hardly ever have malachite on, let alone in this shape. You've got a really high-end, prestigious gemstone which is used over time, over history. It's been used as parts of cathedrals and parts of kind of religious ceremonies. It is absolutely loved and adored, and it is a high-end piece for all connoisseurs to have. But with this strand, what you're getting is you're getting that gorgeous heart shape. And if you are one of those people who, you know, love and enjoy getting involved with the history and the beliefs behind gemstones, whether that be religious or whether it be, you know, kind of thoughts and connotations, whether it be ancient stories, whatever it might be that you're interested in, you know, you might even be interested in the composition of gemstones. If you are, this is a really interesting gemstone to learn about. But whatever that is, whatever attaches you, we can all agree that to get it in a heart shape, it ties those connotations in together. Whatever you love to believe in the gemstone, well, you've got it here in heart shape form. The fact of the matter is, this is going to be beautiful if you want to be doing, you know, your floral pieces. You could make flowers with this, but equally it will go, because of its shape, perfectly alongside as that leaf detail as well. This strand has got to be one of the highest carat weights I've seen of malachite for a long time. Guess what? I'm in my teens on this now. I'm in my teens. 12 mil, your price point today? Just £29.95. I had a little look online, and the lowest price piece of individual malachite I would find for an individual piece, it was in a ring size piece, just for that one little piece. It wasn't cut, it wasn't faceted. It was £15 just for one piece. It must have been possibly the size of just one of these. But there are big price points attached to that sometimes. Get this whilst you can, because do you know what? Can I just say, I've got these coming up for you later. Look how perfect that would be. Think about that key to the heart. Think of the connotations. Key to your heart on a chain. What about doing this as a stretchy bracelet with your heart shapes, and then just adding the key to the hearts on that chain as a charm? That would be gorgeous. I've got 5 left. 5 left, that's it. £29.95. Imagine this with that imperial topaz I've got coming up for you later. This is one of the best imperial topaz I have seen in months. Oh my gosh. It is stunning. It is sensational. It almost has that zircon appearance to it, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I love it. That's coming up for you later on in the show. £29.95. 2 of those left. That's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. Keep checking out your baskets. I've got so much coming up for you today, and I tell you what, this is one of them. This is opal. You know how much I love opal, but I've got to say this is one of the best quality opals I've seen in quite some time. I've got nuggets coming out for you later on. I have got nuggets for you later on, but if you want shaped, then you've got it here right now. Maybe you got those nuggets on this morning. We have got some, but maybe you couldn't quite reach the price point. I have got some opal nuggets coming up for you as well, at a lowest ever price point for you. So do stay tuned if you missed out on those this morning. This is your gorgeous Ethiopian opal that I have here for you. The fact that you can even see, if you see on that middle one, you can even see the smallest amount of opalescence. How often does that happen? And on the ones near the end, that does not happen, does it? That goes to show you how amazing the quality of this is. I've got 40 carats worth. There's already people coming in. It's lovely to see you. Do stay on the phone lines. Your price point today for this stunning strand, which by the way isn't just this long, it's this long. I can see opalescence spread all over this. Fireworks going on in it. I've got so many different colours happening underneath the surface of this literally phenomenon gemstone, which is what it's referred to and what it's known as. Your price point today, But you know, and I know, that sometimes, because I love opal so much, and because it's like with anything, I want everyone to love it as much as I do. I always think of opal as like that series that you watch and you love, and you think everyone just must see that series. It's brilliant, I love it. Or that book that you read that you have to hand on to your friends as soon as you finished it, because they have to read it too. I feel like that about opal. I love opal, and if I see a strand of opal that I am really happy with, that I think is beautiful, do you know what I do? I try and take money off it, and guess what? I've managed it today. How about I give you a £5 off? How about £10? How about 15? £15 back in your pocket. £34.95 on one of the longest strands of opal that we have seen for a while. It is just beautiful. Let me show you. If I try and kind of block a bit of light out, I wonder if you can see any more. It is just spectacular. It is truly sensational. There are colours bursting all over this. There really, really are. It is beautiful. It is you can see tiny, tiny bits flashing at you from different angles. Well done, everybody. £15 back in your pockets. Checking out those baskets. Lovely Cumbria checkout. You're fighting people for it now. Well done to you. I've got so many more treats coming up for you, and I tell you what, you're going to love this one. On the phone now, because last chance saloon on this. 15. Less than 15. I've got about 14 of this. What is it? Jade. Genuine, beautiful, sensational jade that I have here for you in these gorgeous elongated top drill drops. They are stunning, but guess what? I've only got 14 left. 60 carats worth of this gorgeous green jade. They are spectacular, and do you know what? I can imagine Gem doing something spectacular with these. I really could. What would you be doing with these, Gem? Come in on the phone lines whilst lovely Gem is telling us, because I tell you what, not many of these left at all.
Well, I think jade has got so many connotations, and for me at the moment, I'm sort of developing a range of my bare copper wire and quite rustic looking pieces, and I think those green and copper is beautiful together, so I would always go for those tones anyway, but I think they would give you that high-end artsy sort of finish to your work, you know, authentic looking.
I know what you mean.
And then the beautiful stories that go alongside jade anyway.
Yes.
You know, adds another layer of depth to your creations. So yeah, I would definitely be thinking about getting those.
Yeah, I would strongly suggest you do, because do you know what, before I saw this strand, I'd never seen us bring you a green jade strand before, so if you want it, you've got to come and get it, especially when you see the price. Guess what? I've got 11 left. Price point today, just £24.95. Just one of these is a centre drop with a copper chain or a gold chain. Absolutely sorted. Everybody knows jade. You don't have to, you know, tell them all about the history and the tales and the folklore if you don't want to, but you absolutely can, because that just makes it even more beautiful. This strand itself is, you know, I've never seen a strand like this bar this strand. But this strand for me is perfect, because let's face it, sometimes it's nice to have one big bold focal point that isn't a cap, that you don't have to mess about with too much. Sometimes it's great to just have something that is so simple, stunning, elegance right in the centre, to really set that outfit off, to really make, you know, whatever you're wearing, that dress, that bag, whatever, pop in its appearance. And all you have to do is, you know, literally thread it. It's not even that it's, you know, got centre drilled. It's not even that. So you'd have to mess around with doing it. All you have to do is strand it as is on, say, a piece of cord, or even just pop a bit of a jump ring through the top, and you're done. You're dusted, you're sorted. It's high-end elegance. It's beautiful. It sets off any kind of look. What about just this with spaces? Just this with loads of spaces in between would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Really beautiful. £24.95. Tell you what, I'm in single figures now. Single figures on this. You've got to get it. I am moving on because only I've got, you know, it is last chance. I've got a few more to fit in for you. So please do keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything you like, just come in on the phones as quick as you possibly can. Oh, this is sensational. Let me show you this amazing strand of citrine. The brightness, the boldness, and the life of this is exceptional. We don't always get life inside of citrine. We just don't. We're used to seeing different qualities of citrine, but I tell you what, this is one of the highest I've seen, especially when I do this. Look at that. Can you see that glow? This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call brilliance. That's why I said life of the gemstone. This is what we call brilliance. And essentially what brilliance, it doesn't happen in every gemstone. And I tell you what, it doesn't happen in every citrine. I don't actually think, I can't be honest and totally 110% sure, but I'm not sure I've ever seen this much brilliance inside a citrine before. Have you? I've never seen this amount of brilliance and that amount of life inside a gemstone. The reason you get brilliance is essentially it's to do with the way that the light is captured in. Brilliance is sometimes referred to as because essentially there's lots of different ways in which light can play. I know we talk about luster a lot, and that's to do with the way that the light hits and dances and plays with the surface. Brilliance is sometimes referred to as internal luster, and what it essentially means is the light's almost trapped inside for a long period of time, and it gives you this glow, it gives you this effect. Now you only get that on seriously high-end gemstones, but even then you don't always get it on high-end gemstones. You wouldn't get this amount of brilliance in, see, you know, an everyday strand of sapphire even. You just wouldn't. This has to be, for me, due to brilliance, the best strand of citrine I have personally ever laid my eyes on. I know that I am going to get brilliance in, say, your sky blue topaz. I know that more than likely, you know. Sky blue topaz does that. It gives you brilliance. Sky blue topaz gives you more brilliance than a diamond, generally. This gemstone here, I don't usually expect to get any brilliance or any life from. That's why I'm just showing it you like this, because I want to show you from all angles how the light, look, it's almost like a catwalk of light. Just follow it all the way up. Can you see that? All interacting within. And that's because of the clarity, that's because of the beauty, that's because of the light that's captured inside and the way that the structure of this is worked, and that is mainly because of quality. Now, you've got to pay for quality, I tell you that, and for quality like this, you know already this is a luxury strand. This strand, being one of the best I've ever seen, is spectacular. This, to me, stands up to the brilliance I would actually expect in a topaz. Your price point today for citrine, luxury citrine. Wait, gem, genuinely, I'll be honest with you, we do talk about price and stuff beforehand. It's called, you know, our pre-show meeting that we have. I can't, there's no way that my mind's going to remember every single gem that we have on every single price point. I would not have expected that, hence why I kept saying luxury. $17.95, genuinely, for this quality. What do you think?
I think that's exceptional. I think it's exceptional quality. It's almost like, it's almost as intense as the yellow sapphire that we have, isn't it?
Yes, you're right.
Well, in fact, it is as intense. It's just beautiful. Citrine is up there for me in my top 3. So, yeah, that quality and the rondelle shape as well makes it so versatile. So, I'd be very happy with that price.
Well, you're going to be even happier when my producer, lovely Helena, takes this to lowest ever price point. It's never been this price. I'm not sure it ever will be again, because I tell you what, we're only doing it on the last few. We're rolling it down. Should have been $17.95. It's $13.95 for you today. That is astonishing. Well done everyone who already came in and bought it, because I tell you what, you're all paying the same price. More of you coming in now. Well done to you all who got it originally. You know that you paid the same price. You've just bought it because you love it and because you want it, and because look at the facets on this. The faceting is astonishing. Look at the clarity. You're at 40 times magnification. Citrine, often, you know, it's filled with hairline fractures and loads of blemishes on the outside, isn't it? This one is not. If this was covered in blemishes, if this had loads of inclusions in, and I tell you what, you wouldn't get any of that brilliance. That is as clear as, it's as easy as that. And essentially, you know, if it was filled with inclusions, by the way, we mean inclusions, sometimes referred to as kind of internal characteristics. Well, when you do get that, you know, it essentially it kind of messes with the way that the light transmits through the gem, and that means that you wouldn't get any of this brilliance. Let's just take a moment and just look at that glow. It's spectacular, isn't it? Look up here, it's like a catwalk as I twist my hand. And that's what's going to happen with this strand. Well done everyone, loads of you coming in for this. It's lovely to see you. Names are about to go off my screen. Whilst you're all coming in, you're all flooding in, I'm going to give you a clue to the competition. So we're going to do 2 competitions today. They're the same competitions. They are the same competitions. But what we're going to do is I'm going to do 3 word clues. I'll do 3 of them. And then once you've got those 3, we'll announce a winner, but then we're going to do it again for another set of Gems jewellery. So you're going to get to win 3 pieces of Gems jewellery today. Gem, do you mind showing me which ones we have the chance of winning on this kit? Yes. It's going to be that one.
This one.
You have the chance to win these, so take a look. It's this one. And we're going to be learning to make that today.
I believe it's this one.
Yes, the bracelets as well, that goes gorgeously with the final neckline piece, doesn't it?
This one, yep.
You've got the chance to win these 3 pieces today, and guess what? You don't even have to wait till the end of the show. We're going to get all 3 clues in the first 2 hours. So even if you've got to run off and get the kids, do not worry. So loads of you still coming in for this. Well done to everybody. So 3 words, 3 treats. So my first 3-word clue. It has to be, it will be something that we sell here at Jewellery Maker. Okay, you ready for my first 3-word clue? I have to refresh my memory. Oh, it's quite an hard one. No, it's not. Soberness, February, purple. What is that a clue to? What is that a clue to? I'll give you another one. It's soberness, purple, February. Make a note of what you think that is that we sell here at Jewellery Maker, and don't text us now because I've got 2 more clues coming up for you in the next 2 hours, and then we will announce the winner. Okay, so make a little note of it. What was that? A clue? That was an easy one. They might get harder. They might not. So do keep your eyes peeled for those. That's your first clue. Make a note of it. I'll give you 2 more clues similar to that as well. I've got 5 of these left, 16 baskets. Someone's going to miss out. $13.95, lowest ever price. They're about to fly out the door. To everyone, honestly, that is one of the best quality, possibly the best citrine I've ever seen. And at that price, I'm genuinely blown away. Well done to you. I'm about to bring you something else that's a bit special too. Take a look at these huge pieces of emerald. Oh my gosh, this would go great with that jade. It would go great with that kit. It'd go great with that new leather in that green that you've got as well coming up. Go really nicely with that. This strand of emerald is massive in its sizing of the pieces. Look at some of the sizes. They're up to a 12 by 8 mil on this strand here today. Emerald, one of the best known Big Four, one of the most loved gemstones in the world. It is truly, truly prestigious. The fact of the matter is that you have got such a hefty amount on here. You really do. Now, we've seen quite a bit of emerald recently, I'll be honest. You know, I brought you an emerald the other day that was I think it was £40, wasn't it? It was £40. It was a really nice strand. You know, I have brought you other emerald strands around the £80. I will be taking this under £40 for you today, and I mean by quite a bit, to be honest. You have got on this strand that beautiful, beautiful thing that Mother Nature gives to us, which is essentially to do with the shaping of these. They are beautifully shaped in their look. They're really, really nice. They've got a gorgeous movement to them. They really, really do. You have got here 100 carats worth of this shaded emerald, and it is just spectacular, especially for the price point. Your price point today. That, for this length of emerald, is amazing. But we are going to roll it down. I cannot say to you in any simpler terms that this weekend is the weekend to be with us. It really, truly is. We're going to roll it down. Emerald, one of the Big Four, for £12.95 for you today. That is absolutely astonishing. It's one of the Big Four. It is exceptional. If you got that jade before, imagine having the jade in between this, you know, maybe 2 on either side. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Or even a whole selection on either side would be absolutely beautiful, wouldn't it? This is going to go great with whatever you've got in your stash. It really, really will, because let's face it, it's emerald. Everybody knows it. And with the shape of this strand in particular, because you've got such a big difference in their size, because look at the big difference. There is a huge difference from those dainty ones at the end, perfect for, you know, your little earrings or whatever it might be, to those really big, large, chunkier ones, sort of towards the centre, because it is from a 6 by 5 to a 12 by 8. Come on in, get them whilst you can at £12.95. You've got yourself a real, real deal. You do. Well done to you. PD, I'm 82 is your code on that one. Now, I have got to launch a lovely Gem Crows challenge right here, right now. We've got a decent enough stock of these, but it's still a quick one because we've taken this to a price point that you probably wouldn't expect. We showed it to Gem. We gave her a couple of auctions actually, and instantly went for it. This is a stunning gemstone that I think for anyone who's you know, believes in connotations, anyone who believes in kind of the history, lore, or even, you know, healing properties. You know, I can't say it's true or not, but you know, if anyone does have those beliefs, because I know a lot of people do, then this gemstone is going to tick a lot of boxes for you. It is a bundle of one of the most beautiful gemstones I think in the world, and it is the gemstone of togetherness. It's your unakite. Oh, I just love unakite. Unakite's described a lot as the gemstone of togetherness. In fact, In ancient times, it used to be given as a wedding gift. Now, there's a few different reasons why it is known as the gemstone of togetherness. One reason it's known as the gemstone of togetherness is because it's made up of 3 other gemstones, if that makes sense. So it has 3 other componented gemstones within them. So you've got in there, you've got feldspar, you've got your epidote, and you've got quartz. And essentially what happens is they kind of come together to create this gemstone. Another reason it's known as the gemstone of togetherness is because epidote means just that. It means coming together, and that's another reason that it's known as a gemstone, you know, to give to loved ones. I think what you've got with this selection of the togetherness stone really is just a beautiful collection. You've not only got the small nuggets, well, small, they're up to an 11 by 3, but that means you're getting texture there, so you're getting a texture into your piece without being rough, without being niggly, without being a pain. They're just there for you to restrand really easily. Just put one strand together and just slide on as you need. Easy as that. So you've got those to add your texture. But also what you've got in here is you've got kind of big, bold centerpieces. So you've got the bold centerpieces with these 8mm, but look at them, they're different because they are top drilled. Now the lovely thing about drilling them at the top is you can have them as a drop, you can have them as a centerpiece, and you can actually use them in kind of a zigzag form if you move your wire in a way. It's just beautiful to have, say, across your neckline piece. These are sensational because they're going to give you that go-to. This is going to be for your eye to point towards. And of course, we all know, you know, if you're into art and you're into flow of things, you'll know a lot of the time in very ancient and famous pieces of artwork, what will happen is the artist will instinctively and purposefully draw a scene in which you kind of follow it from one end to another and you will end in one final spot. Well, you can do that with jewellery, and one way you want to do that is here's your centerpiece, here's kind of the guide to it, maybe the starting point, and this strand here could be the flow down to that, to what you're starting to look at. These are your 4mm. So you're starting off almost at kind of the interest detail point. It's getting a little bit smoother, and then you end with the big finale, the bang of that beautiful top drilled 8mm round. This together for me is a gorgeous collection. This together for me is a kit for you to work with. Your price point today is not £12.85. Now I wonder where we could go to. Go on, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to roll this down. We want the gemstone of togetherness to bring you, your loved ones, your mates together. Your price point today, therefore, is £6.95. Now listen, we weren't going to do that at all, but you know what? We've got over 100 of these, and they are beautiful, and they are stunning, and genuinely, they don't give you the same old everyday look. Every single one of these is individual and unique as your makes, as your friends, as your loved ones, as whoever you're going to give these to. That price point is not the price we were going to go to. We've decided to today. £6.95. Now listen, I've been selling out of things already, left, right and centre. You know that, I know that. There's so many of you coming in for this. I know I've got over 100, but I tell you what, that is not going to stick around at all. It is not going to be able to stick around. So come on, check out those baskets for us, because honestly, people are coming in and buying 4 of these. They are sensational, I've got to say. And guess what? You don't just get these, you also get free inspiration from gorgeous, gorgeous Gemma Crow as well. I'll let her have a little think about what she's going to be doing. We've actually shown them to her already, so you've had a little think, haven't you? You've got a smile on your face. You went for these instantly. We gave you a few options. Why these instantly?
I think we're in with today's theme and thinking about summer and things. I'm really drawn to green at the moment, and I love that. And Unakite was actually the first gemstone that I saw handmade jewellery made with. When I started making jewellery, and it was what really inspired me to want to buy gemstones. You know, it was an aspiration. I thought one day I'll have gemstones in my jewellery.
Love that.
And so yeah, Unakite I'm always drawn to it. But it's interesting. I didn't know the meaning behind it.
Oh yeah, gemstone
so that's
of
really
togetherness.
nice. Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
And in ancient times, they did used to give it as a wedding day gifts and favours, because gemstone of togetherness.
Yeah, it's lovely. And anyway, the other thing that drew me to it was the sort of off-centre drilling on those rounds.
Love that. It gives a totally different look, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And you can see how they naturally form zigzaggy when you just thread them.
Yeah.
But they make great rings because they sit slightly proud. They're brilliant in macrame. They're great for beady beads. They are such a versatile cut. I wish we had more like that.
I love them. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. I cannot. And actually, you know, they're going to go great with some of the leathers we do have coming up later. And actually, this emerald, do we have any of this emerald left? Do you know what I quite like? I quite like how this emerald gives it a pop. Do you know what I mean? Sort of pops it a little bit, doesn't it? And the fact that you could pick out all of those different colours of the emerald to just give it a bit of an extra feel. This is at the bottom of your screen. We took this emerald down in price. All of this emerald, massive lengthy strand, we took it to £12.95 for all of this emerald. I know, amazing. It's at the bottom of your screen. Now, there is a queue on the phone, but do you know what? It's worth it today. You've joined us on such a great day. We're all so happy to be back together, aren't we? I said, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, of course you haven't. Well, I just make sure I'm doing them when you're on. That's why you're only ever getting Fridays again now. £6.95, there is a queue on the phone, but it is a free phone number. And I tell you what, whilst you're all coming in, do you want a second clue? We'll give you another clue very, very, very soon. And actually, we will be, we'll tell you the winner by the end of this design inspiration, which is coming up in a second. So your second clue, it is to win 3 pieces of Gemma Crow's gorgeous, gorgeous treats that she's made for us. I've already given you your first clue, and here is your second 3-word clue. You ready? It's a little bit trickier. Something we have on Jewellery Maker. Metal, Ross, links. Metal, Ross, links. Yep. Told you they might have. How did you get that? I was just going to say, I told you it was getting harder. Helen's just said it. Yeah. Do you get it? Did you get it? Be quiet, Pete. £6.95 for you today on all of those. That is your second clue for you today. Well done for getting them. Do stick around to the end of the show, because I'm going to have another clue for you, and then we'll announce the winner. I'll get you to text in. Don't text in now, by the way. And then don't forget, I'm going to do another competition so you can win before the end of the show. So you get 2 competitions today. How amazing is that? Okay, so I've got those for you, and don't forget, Jem will show us her pieces later on. It is designer inspiration time today, and it is a leather show. We're going to sell the leather separately today, just in case maybe you just want to get your hands on something a bit different, but you haven't tried leather before, you want to see the pieces first, absolutely fine. Maybe you just maybe you love things like wire work, but maybe leather's not your bag, but still you want to get your hands on these. Well, then you can today. I've got these. Look at them. They are beautiful, aren't they? How kind of Bollywood are these feeling? How almost, oh, look at this one. How almost Moroccan, actually, in colours, aren't they, in a way? They are beautiful. They are luscious. Let me show you all of these. The leather's coming later. You can buy the leather by itself if you want to. It's a great way of doing it, splitting the kits like this, because, you know, you can have so much fun with these. Let me show you what we've got. Okay, so let me show you these first. You're getting these beautiful, beautiful pieces. There are applique textile patches, and you're getting 12 in total. So you will get this selection. Jem, can I just ask you, how are these to work with, please?
Well, they're just fantastic. You don't have to do anything. You've just got massive impact without really doing much at all, you know. And you can attach them to so many things. Clothes, you can put them in earrings, necklaces, glue them on, sew them on. Add soutache to them. They can be a backing, they can be the focal. Honestly, it just goes on and on and on, the different uses for them. Handbags, purses. Oh, I could go on. And you get so many designs and colours as well.
Oh, I just love them, I really do. How much is that? Like a beautiful modern paisley. I love them. They are really gorgeous. Look at this, like peacock feather. Oh.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and it's like you said, the motifs are very traditional, but they fit with the Indian designs. They fit with, you could make them, sort of depending on what you surround them with, they can be quite African in origin, they can be Moroccan,
very
Middle Eastern.
Moroccan, Middle Eastern, yes.
Really, you can pop them, the motifs are very generic, which is great and traditional.
I just think they're stunning. I really adore them.
Yeah, they are.
And I love how, you know, you have used them in pieces as focal points, but actually, like you say, you have just made earrings with them as well, and they're stunning. They're really gorgeous. I love them. So 12 of those you're going to be getting, various sizes, and all of these gorgeous different designs. You know, just if you're into things like your upcycling, you know, I just love the idea of having them on a jacket, or I just love them. They're really beautiful and great quality as well, because I've worked quite a bit with kind of applique shapes just with my paper crafting background, and sometimes you don't get the layers, if that makes sense. Sometimes, for example, this one here has got a lot of layering to it, so there's kind of the organza behind it, and that not only makes it nice and sturdy, but actually it gives you some sort of clarity and depth to look through it, if that makes sense, which is something I've not seen before. It's really beautiful.
And you can also cut them up.
Fab.
You know, so you can use individual elements from them.
Fab, so maybe just, you know, half or a piece, or just a flower section. I love that.
They're great.
Imagine these with the lace. We've got loads of lace in your stash that you want to zhuzh up a bit. Maybe you've tried all the techniques. This would be gorgeous with that, wouldn't it? Really pretty. Love those. Okay, so we've also got some wire in here, which is fantastical, because I feel like we've not had wire on properly for quite some time, so it's nice to have a good variety and selection. I've got your 0.8. I've got your 0.6 and your 0.4 all in the gold. It's we don't really have that much. I haven't seen that much wire of late, actually. Maybe it's just because it's a morning show, I'm not sure, but I haven't seen that much of it late. And it's lovely to have it in the golden colours. I've seen lots of the multicoloured ones over the last month or so, but not one colour in such a workable gauge selection in one of your most loved colours. Beautiful. So 0.8, 0.6, 0.4 in here, and it goes perfectly with the colours we've got running through there. And then add into this situation, this kit is huge, by the way, and then add into this situation these hollow woven, what do we call them? They're called, you've never seen them before, Helena? No, we've only sort of got them in the last week or so. Knitted wire, they're called. It reminds me of Viking knit. That's very much the look that we're getting here, and these are the hollowed versions one. Now, the great thing about having the hollow version one is you can put your own gemstones in there. Whatever you want to put in there, you absolutely can. There's plenty of space in there. You know, I can get both sides of the tweezer in there. You can put, you know, if you've got any seed beads, if you've got any of your 3-4 mil, if you just got that unikite pack, imagine some of the unikite running behind this, giving you that beautiful internal effect to be really, really pretty. And you can actually flatten this down as well. You can kind of spread it out too. It gives you a really beautiful look. But, you know, I asked Spellbinding and I asked Fleur about how long it would take to, if you wanted to Viking knit a meter's worth. Both of them said days, and both of them also said, I just wouldn't. You just wouldn't spend that much time. It would be hard. You would get nicks. It wouldn't be this clean, this smooth, and it would use a lot of wire. So it's great that you're not just getting the one of these. You're actually going to get two with that really beautiful pink. If you have got any of our pink wire, you know, the gentler pink, not the fuchsia, the kind of light pink it's called, or just plain pink, that you've got in that we've had on quite a bit. And if you've got that, I think it's almost a perfect colour match. It's beautiful. It's going to be really pretty for you to have. Imagine a little bow, a little hairband on a bow with that. Would be really pretty. Maybe spanning out with some wire from the outside. Very, very nice. So you've got those two as well, which again, you know, it goes perfectly with the kind of, let me find a pinky one, goes perfectly with the kind of applique pieces that we've got for you to add on as well. Oh, I love that actually. It's quite nice that. Okay folks, so I've also got your gemstones as well. Oh, I just love this. I've got a necklace here for you, essentially. I quite like graduation on a neckline. I don't know why. It's just, I just have an eye for that sort of thing. I just like something that kind of seems to flow correctly, something that kind of grows in a sense. I don't know why, but I quite like graduation. And I do like it on a neckline piece like this in particular, because it's not too big, bold and hefty. You know, if you've got your hair down, you know what it's like. If you've got your hair down and you've got big, bold piece at the back, sometimes it can get a bit caught and a bit knotty. Well, it can with my hair anyway. It's out of control. But with this, you don't have that because it is a huge graduation. Take a look, massive graduation on it. Great thing about graduation, of course, as well, is you've got a bracelet, a necklace, and a pair of earrings and a ring in this, really, haven't you? If you use bits and bobs of elements. You've got a big, big, big dramatic graduation on this from just around about a 6 mil to around about a 15 mil. So huge. If I show you it like this, look at that. That's a huge difference, isn't it? It's lovely to have that graduation. And that is your purple agate that we've got here, which of course will go beautifully with this strand of your amethyst. This strand of amethyst is beautiful because it's got the irregular drop shape to it. Now the thing I love about that is sometimes I think with drops you can get a little bit nonchalant, a little bit bored maybe with the highly perfect shaped, and everyone looks exactly the same, and they're all highly faceted, and you know they all sit the same way, and they all want to behave the same way. I love that with a strand like this, you know, you will get some that are deeper in colour, richer in colour. You will get some that go to a perfect point and some that kind of curve off. You will get some that want to sit one way and ones that won't want to sit another. I quite like that with this strand, you know, it's almost going to speak to you. It's almost going to tell you in a way and help you out on what you'd like to do, which I just think is stunning. So you've got this strand too. And of carat-wise weight on my amethyst, what we're talking about 100 in total on that one. I'm bringing to you as well really, really pretty strand of your rose quartz. On this rose quartz strand you've got about a 2x4 mil, and this is a perfect example of, you know, hockey stick prices with this one. It really, really is. Essentially, you know, when you get little gemstones like that, because we have to fit so many more in the strand, because it takes so much more workmanship and craftsmanship to get a smaller selection of pieces, the price point generally for this is so much higher. I always describe it as hockey stick price. So what it means is, if you haven't heard me say that term before, essentially if you imagine oh, I don't know, up here, if we do it with pearls, it's an easy way to explain it. You know, if you've got a big amount of pearls, big piece pearls, maybe 10 mil are up here, you know that high price point is going to be there. And then it goes lower down for an 8 mil, a 6 mil, etc., etc., until you get to around about a 4 mil. And then what happens, because they're so small, because it takes so much workmanship, because they take so much time to get together, and because strands, etc., the price just goes bang, it goes higher because you've got the smaller ones. And it's exactly the same with a gemstone, and even more so in a way, because actually with the gemstone you start with a piece of rough, you've got to take that down so perfectly, so precisely, with so much workmanship, the price kicks up massively. So a really high-end strand there for you. And last but by no means least, by the way, 2 to 4 mil on those. And last but by no means least, I've got, look, pretty, highly faceted, really quite ethereal, almost quite Egyptian strand here of your golden pyrite, 200 carats worth. I love that it's old gold feel. I love how well it goes with this new leather. It goes spectacularly well, doesn't it? It really, really does. And even some of the other colours I've got coming up for you later, really pretty. I've got so much in this kit, I'm going to have to reiterate. Gemstone wise, you've got perfect match with the new leather. You've got high-end hockey stick price of your amethyst. You've got your organic, lead you in a direction amethyst. I said rose quartz, that I meant rose quartz. And you've got your graduated strand of the agate as well, giving you depth. As well as that, I've got 2 meters worth of this kind of woven wire hollow that I've got in the pink and the gold. Speaking of gold, I've also got all of this wire, a 0.8, a 0.6 and a 0.4. But as well as that, I've also got 12 of these stunning pieces, all of them with high shine, all of them with that beautiful effect to them. Every single one of these giving you just such a stunning, unique look. You have got 12 of these in total. Your price point today for all of this is not bang on the nose of £51. That's the price it should be. We are going to roll this down. Anyone want £20 back in their pocket? Because I can do better. Your price point today, get in whilst you can, is amazing price. It's going to be just £28.95. Now, it's unusual for us to see a kit under £30 anyway, let alone with something that's got so many newbies in it. You know, we don't see these pieces at all often. We don't see these open woven pieces often at all. We don't see this amount of wire often. We most certainly don't see this gorgeous collection of gemstones all individually hand picked out and worked together so well, and aim to work with so many of the pieces as well. It is genuinely astonishing. Gem, I would love to hear what you think about the price of this kit, and can we also, lovely Ben, do you mind if we look at how much she's made with this kit? What do you think of the price?
I think the price is amazing. To be honest, when you said £51, I thought that was, if that was the start price, that's really great anyway. You know what great prices anyway, but to take it down, there are so many options with this kit, with this bundle. I mean, it took me a day to start, just to think, oh, what shall I do first? How am I going to put it all together? How can I make it do separate things? You know, it really is. I think I could probably easily spend a week with everything I had in this bundle. I mean, I had leather as well, obviously, but it would easily be a week off for me if I just wanted to play for a week and have a relax.
Love that.
It could easily last you a week, I think. So.
I just think these are astonishing. Me and lovely producer Helena are just about to work out exactly how many pieces are in this. If you work it out component-wise, and maybe we said all the applique itself was just one component, then you're getting 10 components in total. So how much is that? It's about £2.80, isn't it, per component? £2.80 for each one of those gemstones, £2.80 for, you know, your 0.8 wire, £2.80 for all 12 of those applique pieces. I just think it's astonishing.
It is. I mean, if you think about, if you went into, you know, a fabric store to buy the applique pieces, you'd be looking at probably around 80-90 pence
per one
for the smaller one, for the
tiny little ones, yeah.
And then you'd be looking upwards of
for big
around
ones, like
£2 maybe for a piece like that. So even if you split $28.95 just through the applique pack, you're paying $2.90.
Yeah.
Per pack, you know, per applique piece. Actually, that's not too bad,
yeah.
is it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting all the gemstones and all the wire and the knitted wire as well.
Amazing value.
It's just amazing. You've got to be quick if you want this. I have got multi-buyers on it, which is why the stock is going down extremely quickly. I don't have as much stock as I would like to have of this, and I would say to you, honestly, come on in, get your hands on it whilst you can, because it is just spectacular. It really is. Do check out those baskets. You've got to be quick on this. That price point is astonishing, and let me tell you, you know, that price point will not be sticking around for very long if it carries on going the way it is, because we've got so many of these going. It's just spectacular. And how was the kit to work with?
It was gorgeous. It was like a feast on the senses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everything. It feels lovely, from the weight of the pyrite, and then the texture. I mean, I've got leather too. The texture of the leather, everything together. It was one of those things. I put it all on the table. I mean, the box that it came in,
it's huge.
It's huge.
Just huge,
so,
isn't it?
you know, I thought, right, you have to prepare yourself for this sort of assault on your senses.
Yeah,
You know, so I laid the table with it all on, and then you just have a field day picking the bits that work together.
It really is.
Real
Just
pleasure.
been told that if everybody checked out, I would have almost half of my stock gone, almost. So you've got to be quick if you want this. You really, really do. Don't forget, I have got that third competition, a question coming up for you very, very shortly. But first off, Gem, let's just get started. Let's dive in.
Okay. Well, we've got other components to bring in, so I'm gonna do the project with the leather.
Yes, we are. We're going to be learning this one today.
Gonna do this one.
Can I
yeah.
ask you kind of your inspiration behind this piece?
I wanted to put everything together.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the chain in there, I've got the gemstones, I've got the applique, I've got the leather, I've got the wire. It's something that brought all of these things together. Everything else is sort of separate components. This one, I always try to do one thing that shows that everything works. And so this was the one. But I mean, I love big and bold jewellery, and this is big and bold, but it's light and comfortable as well. So, yeah.
I have to say, it's just stunning, isn't it? It really is. We are going to be bringing some leather to you in a moment or two, but the phone lines are going so crazy for this. We won't take it off just yet. So where do we get started with this piece, Jen?
Right, I'm going to start with the centre, the focal centre, cutting it out and popping in the attachments to add all your other details too. So what I've done is I've done it in pink there, but I'm using the brown here. We can see a different piece then as well, see how it looks with the different colours. So I've taken just a square of my brown leather, which is coming up. I just buried my ruler under the unipite.
Lots of treats.
No branding on here, no, that's fine. So this square is 10 centimetre square. Okay, so I just cut that from the corner of one of my sheets of leather.
Fab.
And then you see I've got some markings on here. And then I'll turn it over and work from the back. You've got the suede side. It's me who's put these pen marks on, so if you can see them at home, yours won't come like that. It's perfectly clear on the back. And then what I want to do is I'm going to make this centerpiece. So basically it's going to involve folding over the top section and then folding over each of the sides. And I'm going to attach piece of wire that runs along the inside of that shape with little
Nuptials.
little loops on like this.
Okay, loops is better.
Yes. So that they appear to just protrude from the leather quite seamlessly. Yeah, so it's nice and neat on the back as well. So I'm going to just show you how to make this shape first.
So this is with your 0.8, is it?
0.8 wire, yeah.
That you've got in the kit, which is still on your screen. I've probably got about 50 or so left of that at the moment.
So what you would do is you take your tape measure or your ruler, and if you're a measurer, that is, and you decide that you want at least 1 centimetre to fold with. Okay, so you mark that. Now I'm not sure it's going to be very easy for you to see my lines on the screen, but I'm using a pencil just to mark my line there. And then I'm thinking, I know I'm going to want, if I do the other side as well, it'll form my little square. So there's my lines like so. I don't know if you can just see them scored in, can't you? So then I know I want a loop to come here in the centre, because that's going to be my centrepiece. So that piece is going to be open because of the cut anyway. But then I want some little loops, sort of 1 centimetre apart on each side. I'm just going to use mine to measure with, just to make sure. So around here, here, and here, and the same on the other side. Okay, so I do those, and then I would take my punch. So one of these are brilliant, these punches. I don't know if we've got them in the show, but we might have them on the website.
I do have your whole punch coming up for you, yeah.
Great, so I'm just gonna, now I've marked those, where I'm gonna put those little loops, I'm gonna just punch them out. So if I punch one, I'm gonna have to put, I can't see my pencil lines either in the studio. So I'm just going to pop this on. We'll do this bit last, this wire bit, but because I've already got mine made, I want to make sure it fits.
Of course.
Because it's ready to demo. So we'll punch. My pencil's not showing up on the back. Perhaps I should have picked pink after all. Can we see that one?
I see, yeah. Whilst you're squidging those out.
Should I put the other ones in? Yeah,
yeah, you may as well, so I don't want to rush you on it.
Yeah.
Whilst you're doing that, we'll bring you this tool in a moment, but I better bring you the leather first, hasn't I? Are they individual? They're together. Brilliant. These are hand-picked and eye-picked by Jam. You know already that the collection is sensational, and I mean it really is. Take a look at what I've got. Look at this. Such a sumptuous, very berry pink. I love this. This is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? A magenta colour. It is so beautiful. I've also picked for you. Listen to me. So we've got this one for you. Look, let me hold it across. Oh my gosh, the richness of this on the back. I know they're always slightly different, but that itself is gorgeous.
Isn't it lovely? Oh, it's just soft. You wouldn't expect that was leather, would you?
No.
It's like ultra suede.
It is.
That's how soft that is.
When you think of leather, our leather is honestly such high quality. Don't think of leather sofas, it's not. Think of when you go into those really, really high-end stores that maybe specify in leather jackets, and you know, you can maybe only buy one of a kind of them. Think of that kind of softness. Yeah. That's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exceptional.
Honestly, it is.
I don't know if if you've ever seen, I mean, it's something that is on my got to get list one day when I'm rich and famous, is one of these the shawls made out of leather.
Exactly,
they're actually almost like a whole hide, quite rough.
Yeah.
And it's got that drapey feeling.
To it.
Yeah, just exceptional. Yeah.
It is honestly stunning. You've got a big piece of this, it's a square foot. I'm adding to it as well this, which honestly is, if I was to have a leather jacket, this is what it would be made from.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It's stunning. It is what we're working with right now on this piece. Look at it. You've got that kind of high shine against matte look, which gives you this gorgeous mottle-like effect. It is so stunning. Why did you choose this one, Jem?
The colour, the contrast is. I usually pick a base when I'm doing any colour combination. I pick a base tone, one that is, one that will contrast but allow the colours to pop as and is quite neutral. So that's my neutral. That's my background
Colouring.
But it's gorgeous, and it's slightly thicker. This hide, so
I see.
And the suede is slightly coarser on the back.
It is, it has a totally different look.
Another texture, another feel, and another weight, and also it can act as the base if you wanted to do something a bit more rigid.
Love that. That's a really gorgeous one. And then this one, which to be honest, I've sort of been drooling over. I think we all have. Just look at this. Oh my goodness, Gem, apart from the obvious that it's stunning, why did you choose for this one, please?
No other reason. It's just absolutely stunning. It's fine. It's like fabric.
Yes,
it's it's not too fine. It's super strong, but
super strong still.
It's the finest leather I've ever worked with, which means you can crumple it and stretch it even. It's just gorgeous. That gold leaf effect on it is
stunning,
so
isn't
intense.
If you've got, and if you're into your polymer even, when you put gilding flakes on polymer and you stretch it through the roller and it gives you that look, how amazing would this be with that? It might not be something you've ever thought of. Maybe if you're into polymer, we are quite set in our ways sometimes, but this is going to add something so different. It's gorgeous. Okay, so let's bring these to you, shall we? It is your Decadent Daydream, brand spanking new. Don't worry, we've got the tools to get you started today, so do stay tuned. You've got the gold, that beautiful distressed gold. You've got that chocolate colour, and I have that stunning magenta as well. Your price point today. Lovely producer Helena has bundled it though, so we're going to take the price down. Your price point today is not almost £39. Your price today is just £28.95. We've essentially just taken £10 on this pretty much, haven't we? For a brand new product, we just don't need to do that. For our quality and our luxury, we don't need to do that. And I've got to say, for the look of these, the eye chosen by gorgeous Gemma, we haven't had to do that at all. You're working out that this gorgeous, huge piece individually are working out about £9.60 per one.
Amazing. It is such fantastic value. I mean, our usual price is a brilliant value because you get regular shapes, which you don't get elsewhere.
No.
So even just for that fact, it's amazing.
And the fact we've just taken money off isn't something we do with leather at all. We're used to just selling it as one whole sheet, around kind of the, is it $11.95-ish price? I can't think. $12.95, isn't it, usually? Usually $12.95 we're used to just selling these at. We've just taken them down in price for you today, and I tell you what, we've got the tools you need to get you started and get you going, and trust me, with Gemma's inspiration today, you will not be disappointed you got your hands on this. Well done to every single one of you. Check out, everyone, because multi-buyers on this, unsurprisingly. I do have another pack of 3 coming up in the second designer inspiration, but if you want to crush gold like this, now's your opportunity. Gorgeous at a drop down price. Lovely, Gem. So we've used our hole punch to punch in.
So I've punched in all my holes, so they're going to line up with this framework that we've made. So I'll just show you quickly how to do the framework.
Fab.
So I'm going to take my 0.8 wire. No, that's 0.4. There it is. 0.8 wire. By the way, I haven't. I've only broken into the second demo kit for the pyrite. I think that's all I've done. So
wow. So this is all just one kit.
Yeah, and I've got 2, 4, all this leather.
11 pieces ish.
Loads of leather. Loads of leather left.
It's amazing.
So I had to break into the gold. One, just because of the funny shape I needed to cut for the demo piece, which was a bit of a shame. And if I'd have been more sensible in how I laid out my pieces, I would have got it out of all one sheet,
Fab.
That's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so get everything clear. So to make this shape, it takes up more wire than you think. So take yourself off about 1 metre.
Okay.
And then we'll work from the centre. It doesn't matter if you've got a little bit of wastage. we can always use that for making chain links and things at another time. So cut it off and work from the centre. So in the centre point, I'm going to use my round nose pliers just to make a U shape. So I'm going to pop my pliers in sort of midway down the jaws and push my wire up against either side and just pinch together. Okay, so this is going to create my central U shape.
Yeah, I've got you.
There you go. So there's my central U. And then I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, pop them in. So I want my U shape, let's say we want it to be about centimetre in length. So if I pop that there, pinch with my flat nose pliers and pull or push one side out, make a nice bend like so, and the same on the other side. Just check I'm in the right place from above. Same on the other side, push outwards like so. And then there you go, that's forming the bottom loop. Okay. So then the next one we do, and what I would say is have your piece of leather ready marked up, lay it onto your piece of leather, and you can see that this is going to sit around the outside like a framework to keep it nice and solid. And then we can see our hole, I don't know if you can see on the cameras, but our hole for our next prong or loop is here.
Okay, yeah.
So what I do is put my pliers onto the wire, bend it outwards like so, then swap pliers again, use my round nose pliers, bend it back on itself, pinch them together at the base, and then take my flat nose pliers again and push it like so, and then just pop it back down onto your work and position it, and then we can then find the next hole along and do exactly the same. So my next one along is just here, and so we're going to make another little loop there. Okay, so you do that following all the way around sort of the outside of your shape until you get to the top end, and then at that point I'm just going to take this out the way now and bring in the one that I've made.
Okay.
So let's hope these line up. Really, I think I should have probably punched them at home but I think they're roughly going to line up. So there's my shape, and I've got the wires here that sort of cross over. Now when you're making a neckline piece, you don't want this necessarily this point, because it's going to sit up into your neck. You don't want that. So I just taper that off by bending it over. That's what I would do with that. Okay. And that's what we've done in the design. So there's how that sits.
Fantastic. We have had people messaging and asking when this is coming up. I tell you what, I'll bring it up now.
Yeah.
Do feel free to text us in, by the way. 60777, so you text with the word JM Studio. You've seen Jem use this. It's rotational. Rotary. Rotary is better than rotational, let's be honest. All you have to do, literally, you follow the arrow, move it around, and you can go from really, really fine to super duper large. They're so easy to use. It's just a hole punch, but it means you're not going to snag, you're not going to, dent or whatever your leather. You're not going to waste leather, essentially. No. Your price point today for the rotary hole punch is just £14.95. Jem, we have had quite a few questions. Can I squeeze one in for you now? Because it's quite a good one, actually, just relating to the earrings, about the stiffening.
Yeah.
Because I showed the earrings, and I know we've done it in this. Hi, Jem. Can you tell me if the leather could be stiffened, please, and how? And that is from Ivy. Gorgeous name, Ivy. Nice to meet you. Good question.
Once you've wet the leather, because these earrings here, these are made by putting them in hot water, scrunching them up, and then just teasing them out, and then let them dry in the shape you want, and they'll hold that shape for you.
Fab.
If you can feel the texture of that, it becomes slightly stiffer after you've
right,
wet
it does, actually. Yeah, and it does sort of have a memory, because look, I'm moving that out, but it's moving back to place.
And I've actually got a piece of leather here that's been wetted this side and left dry that side. You can actually see the line where I've dunked it. It's actually by accident, but what it did teach me was that this is much coarser now, not coarser, but much sturdier, yeah. And this is much softer and still quite bendy. This is sturdier. So in terms of stiffening, depending on the level you wanted to go to, water might be just enough to stiffen it.
Fab, thank you very much for that, Ivy.
if you're wanting, people I get confused sometimes. If you want one of these bangles that are stiff, that sort of can be, they're like springy almost. It's vegetan
The
you're
vegetan.
after. Yeah, so it might be that's more what you want for certain projects, and this for others.
Thank you very much, Jem. Speaking of questions, it's my third and final question really quickly for you now. You can text in after this if you've got all three. This is your 3-word clue and you get to win 3 of these pieces. Text in once you know. This is your third one. It's quite a tricky one, this.
The last one, I still haven't got the last one.
Still not?
No.
Helena did, I'm shocked. This next one is something, of course, we get from JM, and your clue is winged insect behind. Ben's got it. Pete's nodding like he's got it. Amazing. Winged insect behind. I hope that helped. Text in now, 60777, or you can get in touch with jewellerymaker.com, send a message to the studio. You get to win 3 of Gemma's pieces, and we have another competition coming up for you later, so get your messages in now. One of you will be picked at random, and the lines for that will close in about 5 minutes, so get them in really, really quick. Good luck to you all. Okay, Gemma, I'm back with you, lovely.
Winged insect behind.
Yeah. Don't tell me Pete's got it before you, Gem.
Yeah.
Blimes.
Right, so now what I'm going to do is put this in place before I do all the bending and sticking and folding, okay? So I'm going to take each of my little loops that I've made and pass them through the holes. So we just line them up and we'll poke them through. Now, the pink leather is very stretchy, so they go through much easier. This leather, because it's slightly thicker, might take a bit more force, but you can, if need be, and I did do this with a couple of mine, you can, if need be, just pinch these closed a little just to get them in, and you can always widen them after. So it's just take a little bit of time to feed them all through. That one through. Sorry, this is taking me longer than I thought it would, but we're nearly there. Okay, so the bottom, that side's done. Let's pinch them all, that'll make it much quicker.
Lynn in Cheshire, you've got 1 wrong. 1 wrong. Rethink, Lynn in Cheshire, come on. We haven't got anyone get it right yet. 3 different things, 3 clues.
The first one was easy.
I did say it was easy. I said it'd get harder as well.
Ross, as in Ross on Y, or Ross in Friends?
As in a lady, maybe Diana or somebody.
Oh, I see. I've got the second one then.
Oh, you've got it now, have
Yeah.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
easy peasy then, eh?
Yeah. So
Are you joking? How is Diana Ross relevant to the answer? Helena. Bearing in mind, Helena knows the answer.
so the third one I'm still...
I'll do a really quick reminder. First one was Soberness February Purple. Second item was Metal Ross Links. Third one was Winged Insect Behind. Come on, people, you've got about 3 minutes left.
Winged insect behind.
I know, weird, isn't it? Just whilst you are popping them through, because I know it's going to take you a minute or two. No, don't be silly at all. What we will do for you now is I will quickly bring you on some of the chain, which we've used this chain in here, so I'll bring you this one. We're going to see exactly... Oh, actually, sorry, they're coming together.
Bundle,
What am I talking about? It's a fun bundle.
It's called Chain Reaction, I think.
Fun bundle. Chain react.
I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
Gemma Crow,
What?
you're not allowed to play any games. The birthday show, I had to push you off screen because you were giving too many clues. Now this.
That's what it's called. I had the breakdown.
Is it actually called that? And if it's not, Gemma Crow, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh yeah. See now I see.
What?
Oh,
No, you're not sure, are you?
I got the second one wrong. And I got it right.
It is called chain reaction. Okay. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
I'm very confused.
What? This may or may not be a very good clue to one of the clues. Well, to be honest, I think they might need a help. Have we got any right answers yet? No, we've got lots of wrong ones. 3 words is hard. Oh no, we have had one right one. You've got 2 more minutes. We're going to give you an extra minute, so I'll give you 2 more minutes before we announce a winner. So well done. Let's have a look at chain reaction, shall we? 5 meters worth of these 2 chains, and we've used these 2 chains in both of our kits today. So if I can, may I show this one, which we've used? This is coming up in your second piece. And this is using this chain. Isn't it gorgeous? You've actually chainmailed with this chain. So these chains come in both of the kits for you. They cross over both of the kits. This is the chain with leather internally. Isn't that beautiful? They're gorgeous, aren't they? It almost looks like a butterfly in a cocoon.
Yes, yeah.
Stunning, really pretty. So these 2 chains, you've got 5 meters worth of each. They've been used in both of the kits. So once you've bought these, you know, you don't have to buy them again because they stretch across both. You've got in your chain reaction 5 meters worth of your 16 by 11, and you've got 5 meters worth of your 22 by 5. Now these ones I know are open jump rings, aren't they? Yeah, so you can just literally use your pliers and open them up and do chainmail with them. Are these ones open? Yeah, these ones are open too. Both open, so great for chainmail pieces, as you've seen just there. Your price point today for both of these. Oh, team, look at the code. Hugsy. Oh, Hugsy. I like hugs, Ben's just said. Totally just ruined your street cred then, Ben. Hugsy, 93. Your price point today is rolling down there. It should have been £19.90, so £20 essentially. It's £16.95 for you today, though, to get your hands on both of these. Give it a go, give it a try. Have you seen chainers everywhere at the moment? Do you watch? Did you watch Britain's Got Talent? Do you watch Britain's Got Talent?
No,
I don't really. I'm a sporadic watcher.
I do like it. But I seem to catch it when I'm at my sister's because they watch it. But
Alicia was on the other day. Oh, cool. Alicia was on the other day and just had layers and layers of Chanel chain on. And then there was a girl group that had just chain everywhere. Big chunky chains like this. It's everywhere at the moment, isn't it?
Well, I've got loads.
All the stylists are using it.
I've got a multi-strand chain, and then I've got the big slabs of Howlite that we do. Oh yeah, yeah. I just put the odd one of those into layers of chain.
Love that.
Wear that a lot.
Stunning. Big chunky chain is huge this season. Get it whilst you can. It's great for lots of mediums, in particular in these colours, because you know it goes nicely with not only our leathers. Ooh, show you the right bit. Ooh, but also it goes really beautifully with any wire you've got in your stash. So well done, everyone. Not many of those left, and don't forget they do go across both of your kits today. £16.95 for you. Phone line's about to close in how long? She's given you 1 minute, so 1 minute and then it's closed. Okay. Okay, poke them all through now.
I'll poke them all through, and then what I'm doing is systematically going round and I'm using some E6000 just to glue them all down. Now, a handy thing to have when you're doing anything like this, any fabric gluing or especially leather gluing, is to have some clothes pegs.
Yeah.
Handy, because clothes pegs are great. They're not a tough enough fastening to dent and leave marks, but they're just enough just to hold. Otherwise you can just pop something on top if you like.
I have got some fabric glue coming up later that will be perfect for this. I've got loads of great things on today, you know, and I've got something brand new coming up in my section that we've called 10 under 10 coming up after the break. Stay tuned for them because they are new, and everyone, no matter what your medium, if you work with gemstones, will want them.
Okay, so now I've got all my sides stuck down. You can see I've got my nice loops sticking out, so they're ready for me to attach gemstones and drops into. Keep that pushed down, and then this section here I didn't show you, but when you do any folding like this, even paper craft, things like that, you always cut the corners off, so you've got your outer square, and then if you cut diagonally across each corner, then you get this bezeled effect, and it fits together nicely.
Fab.
So with that in mind, I've got this one to go over the top. If I don't cut these off, I'm going to have that sort of section peeking out over the top. So what you do is just trim that corner off like so, and then we can just stick this one down too. I'm just popping some glue on and squidge. And that's our central leather section made. Now you can go on from here and make it even more tidy by popping another leather backing onto there as well. but I always leave it at this stage, and then just in case I want to poke some wires through, or if I want to attach some more gemstones, it might be that I poke something through, and then it can get, or you can have all your wires on the back, then pop it back in and cover it all up.
Fab.
So, so there's our section there, our centerpiece.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're going to make the leather sort of collar to come around the sort of upper neckline piece then, and we're going to cut 2 shapes like this. Okay, and that's going to form our collar. Now you cut them shaped. If you cut a straight piece, you'll get puckering up around the neckline.
Okay.
So if at home, I mean, you can just find the right shape, right size dish, or side plate is a good one. These are the neck wires that we sell, and I keep a spare one because it's perfect for drawing around to get the right curve for these neckline pieces.
Really good tip.
So I keep one that I don't do anything with, and then I can always use it to refer to when I'm making bibs and collars because it's the right size.
Fab.
What you do have to remember is that if you draw around it, you never draw the next line on the inside, you always draw it on the outside. And that sounds really simple, but I made the mistake of doing it on the inside of the curve and ended up with a really tiny necklace. So what I would do for this is, because I know I'm not going all the way around my neck, I'm coming down to a centre point, but I do need fold lines. So I did half, and the best way to cut this and save your leather, if I show you here, is to draw your one, say here, or leaving space for your line. Shall I draw it so you can see?
Yeah, you can do if you want to.
I don't like marking it if I don't need to, but so let's say we're going to finish it here.
So we finish it at that section there.
Yeah, so that we'd do the rough size outline. Can we see, is that showing up?
I think you can see it above a bit better, maybe. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah,
Can you see it? It just is. It's not altogether clear, but you don't want to mark it too much. So draw around this shape. All the way around.
Yeah.
And then follow it round on the outside of the shape with your inch thickness, or however it's going to be. Then your next one you can do sort of within it.
Yeah.
So you do your next one sort of here on the leather, and then you've got the shapes going in together, and that's the best way of laying it out so that you get the most out of your leather.
Got you.
Okay.
Fab.
So that's how I cut those, or mark those, and then cut them out. So, and remember to do a mirror image, because these are slightly graduated. I did slightly graduate them, so I had to do a mirror image. Okay, so that means just flipping your template over, marking it in the opposite direction. If you're doing them exactly the same, so they're not tapered, then it doesn't matter. But if you are, then you'll want to mirror them. Okay, so then I want to attach this to this. Now this is a really fine leather and soft leather, so I don't want to just make holes and then attach them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some punch holes about roughly an inch in, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch in, just enough to give me a good fold line. I'm going to punch one hole, hear that click.
And that's with the smallest hole on the hole punch?
I'm doing the smallest one here, yeah.
If you've just got the hole punch, this is exactly how you use it. If you want chain reaction, you have to be quick, please. Right. And we do still have some of the kit, but not that many, because we took it was almost £23 off, wasn't it? So do sort of pop that in your basket. Pardon, what you say? The picture on the website is wrong of the chain, my director Ben's just worked out. We're sorry about that. You do get 2. It's these 2. There's only 1 on the website. Oh no, you're definitely getting 2, ladies and gentlemen. Promise you that. £16.95 for both of them. Sorry, there's only a picture of 1.
Right, I was skipping ahead and showing you the next demo. So actually what you want to do is you want to make your fold over and punch the 2 together like so. Okay, so that you've got 2 thicknesses that you're punching, and then when we anchor these with some jump rings, they're going to be it's going to be nice and strong, and there's no risk of tearing or pulling and it forcing it out. So to make some jump rings, so the jump rings you get in your finding kits are fantastic and very strong, but we want them to be a little bit bigger because we want it to come, this distance is a bit wide and we don't want the hole right near the edge. So I'm going to make some jump rings with the 0.8mm wire. So if we go sort of halfway down our pliers, and we're going to roll the wire around making a coil, and I always make 2 or 3 at the same time so that I've got them to pinch if I need to for another section. Okay, go around like this. So once I've got a few, I can then trim these down. So I'm sure if you've seen this before, then you'll know exactly what to do, but if you haven't, this is how we make some jump rings. So trim them off. So you just go in and trim along, and each time you cut, you'll get a jump ring. I just need 2 for now. So then these, if you want to strengthen them a little bit, you just grab them in the jaws of your pliers and just squeeze, and that's sort of roughly, that's work hardening them. And then when we open them, they're a little bit stiffer. You'll feel the difference if you do that at home. And then we'll pop that through the top loop, and then this leather which is doubled over, we pop it through the holes in the leather. Okay, so that's that there. Close that up. Do the other one as well. Okay, through there and through that, the holes that we've made in the leather.
Fab. If you do want to treat yourself, I'm going to have to get rid of that chain reaction because we've got hardly any left. Sorry about that. If you do want to create this look, but maybe you couldn't stretch to kind of the £30 price point for the 3, maybe you just want to give it a try and you just want to buy 1 leather. I have got that opportunity for you today. But you know what I would say? I think this is a great addition actually to what we've got today, because I mean, look at how perfectly they go with the kit pieces that we've got today.
That would go amazingly well with the next bundle as well, with the lime.
Oh, with the limes as well,
Yeah,
you're right,
lime
with the
and
lime.
black and
Perfectly, wouldn't it?
Gorgeous.
This leather is sensational. If you've never bought leather from us before, let me show you around it. You know, you're not going to get... Oh, sorry, what a boring shot that was. Just... I'm sorry. You get all of this, you know, it is one beautiful piece, it's 1 square foot, it's not odds and ends, it's not cut off bits, but it's got no markings on either. It's got no markings on the front or back. You know, we've heard that sometimes you can get a lot of, you know, marks on them, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Which means in some sections you can't use them. You don't have the issue with this. It is beautiful Napa leather, and honestly, it is so soft. It is just, you know, I'm really crushing that up, but it's so soft that look, it's just, oh, it's just gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Honestly, it is. It's like that bit on your dog's ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the bit just above the snout, the velvety bit. Guys, can I just say, Helena just goes, oh yeah, or the bit in your nose. Ben's going, oh yeah, completely. When I said that on the morning show the other day, no one had a clue. Nobody knew what I was talking about, I know.
Oh.
What? What'd you say, Pete?
Wasted.
It's wasted. There, you're right, it is wasted there. What about their armpit, Benjamin? Oh, the dog's armpits. I thought you meant my morning show teams. Moving on, I've got a square foot of this for you in total. Your price point today for your armpit smooth Napa leather is just, of course, it's £12.95. It always has been, hasn't it? But because we've been mischievous, Helena's just carrying on the naughtiness. Why not? Let's roll it down a little bit if we can. Hey ho, let's go. It's £12.95 always, not today. It's £9.95 for you today. You may as well add it to your collection then, hadn't you? Because if I show you it really quickly, Helena said that is very naughty, we should not have done that. It goes so nicely actually with this, doesn't it, as a collection?
Yeah, it
red
really
and
does.
gold.
I mean, red and pink together.
Red and pink, I was
is
just going to
great
say as well.
It is really hot, red and pink together.
Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah,
do check out your baskets, because I'll be honest, Helena's sometimes, you know, we set each other off, we really do. We're not, that's the rain, by the way, if anyone can hear that. Just started tipping it down in Redditch. Yeah, we're not meant to do that at all, so honestly, get it whilst you can. Helena's just being a bit of a rebel without a course today, and we love it. Thank you, Gems.
Okay, so now we come to, I've attached, you can see here I've attached the jump rings in to the top loops that we made on our pendant. And now what I want to do is some way of creating a fastening at the back of our neckline piece. So this is, I'm going to take one of the links from the chain, pass the leather through it, and just fold it over, and I'm going to glue that section there just to hold it in. I probably squidged a bit much then, but, and if you glue, just pop it in and really give it a good pinch down, press it down, and let that, make sure you let these pieces dry fully as well. A good 24 hours to make sure everything is fully firm and fast, okay? But you can pick it up and work with it now at this point. Just going to pop something under there to protect the mat. Okay, so now we're ready to, you do the same on the other side obviously. Now we're just going to put the motif on the front. So this is very simple. You just choose your motif and stick it on.
Fab, easy.
Okay, so
yeah, fab.
Let's do that bit. So a bit of glue. You can use, I've got fabric glue as well, it's just that this one's is out of the box. If I can help not opening one, I will. But at home I've actually used a combination of fabric glues and leather glues. So but the E6000 is great as well, because it is also, it's clear and it's flexible and it's tacky, which means that it stays in place even if it's not fully stuck yet. It will sort of hold its position. Okay, so pop this on. Stick it into position.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I've got another motif here that I'm going to just show you that you can cut it. So it's on the backing, and this leaf section here is separate to everything else. There's no stitches attaching it, which means you can cut it off without the fear of it fraying. And one thing you've got to be a bit careful of is it is stitched onto the backing with like monofilament, and there's tiny stitches, and so just be careful you don't catch the stitches. If you catch the stitches, the braiding will lift.
Okay.
But if you just leave a bit of a space around the edge, you won't catch them. You'll be fine. Okay, so just be just a little bit cautious.
Just to let you know, we will announce the winner right at the end of this demo, so in about 5 minutes, we will announce the winner, and also after the break, brand new pieces in that everyone will need, and it's 10 under 10. Genuinely, we're treating you so much today. Just don't go anywhere if you can. Just don't.
Okay, so there you go, I've got my 2, and then you just decide on how you want to position them. I'm going to pop one there, and one on the other side. Okay, these loops I dangle some interesting things off. These ones I've attached my link chain to. So I've taken, just show you quickly how I've worked it. Just open individual links. They're really soft and easy to open. They're aluminium, so and it's not heavy work on your hands. You can see I'm holding it with my pliers, but the rest of it is done with just my hands. It's not tough. And because they're large, you've got plenty to hold on to as well. You know,
That's
good
good.
surface
Not
area.
as fiddly.
Yeah. So these pop through the links. Now, can you remember I had to pinch them a little bit to close them up?
Yeah. I remember.
So they're actually a bit small for my chain to go through. So what I would do here is pop my pliers in, hold it tightly at the bottom of the loop, and just push my pliers in further. That's forcing it round.
Out. I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that. Pop a link through, and then I've created some just eye loops either side on the pyrite, gold pyrite. Pop it through, and close it up, and then take another one. Don't you think I'm doing really well with my new nails on?
Honestly, I think you're doing epically well.
I'm actually really proud of myself.
Please don't chip one before tomorrow. Please.
Yeah, no, I try not to. They told me, I said, how long will these last? And they said, oh, about 3 weeks. And I thought, well, we'll see about
Not
that.
with me.
Yeah. So, right, so there we go. So we do continue that for the length that you need to meet up with the back. And then what I've done to make sure it all sort of joins and all becomes one piece is line up your links onto your leather, and then just take your pencil, wherever it's gone, there it is, hiding, and just line it up and think, well, I need a little loop there to attach, and then here. Okay, so you do that all the way along once you've got all your chain in, and then pop another little, use your punch again to make some little holes. There's my next one, just there. And then, so you do that all the way, and then just to join the two sections together, stop them moving around too much. Here's my little jump rings that I made. There we go. Cut yourself some more jump rings. You may need to make slightly bigger ones for this bit, because remembering you've got to get your chunky chain links through them. We might be okay. But this is the beauty of making your own jump rings, is you can make them whatever size you want, and you've got your wire in your kit. And although this is 0.8, you because you're using them not really to fasten, you're just using them to sort of there's not any pressure on them necessarily. They're just sort of tacking bits together or holding the things in shape.
Just arm linking.
Yes, that's right. So we've just closed those up, and you do that all the way along, and that just keeps that as one unit. And then for the last loop, I didn't want another layer of chain going around the neck, so if I bring this one into shot.
Okay.
For the last one, I just popped an extra 2 links on with gemstone in between each, and then linked it to the 3rd link along on the main neckline piece, so we can see that side by side.
Okay.
You see, so I would just pop another 2 in, so this one carries on all the way up around and it joins into the clasp area, and then another 2 extra links just to give you that taper for the neckline. And that really is everything you need to know to make that piece.
I love that. Honestly, it's stunning, isn't it? And don't forget, you get to why am I still pointing at it? It's not there.
Here it is.
You still get to win this. And Jem, thank you so much for showing us that. I have got a winner for you, and the winner gets to win this piece. Which bracelet piece did we say? I can't remember.
Do you know, I think it was that one we originally decided,
Did we?
wasn't it?
Right.
Was it
Yeah,
that
but
one?
we showed you another one before,
We
didn't
did.
we?
Yeah.
This one?
We
We
did
showed
say that,
that,
one.
didn't we? That
did.
one. And, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. And
That one.
this one.
Yes.
Take a little look at all of these. It's stunning, isn't it? It is beautiful. It's stunning. I have got a winner for you. We are going to let you know exactly who that is. Do we know it now, or are we saying after the break? Okay, we'll say after the break. We will let you know straight after the break, but they get to win these pieces. Thank you so much for showing us that, Gem. Second designer inspiration. I've just got to show you some things. You talk us through it. What are we expecting?
A bit alternative, something really funky, but classic colours. Yeah, I mean, I love the next one. I really did go to town, and it's very festival, very...
It's just gorgeous. These are coming up for you later on. Do stay tuned. After the break, winner announced, new competition launched, and, ladies and gentlemen, 10 under 10. Honestly, don't go anywhere. Don't. We'll see you in a minute.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we like to provide you with the best possible service. Our friendly and helpful call centre team are on hand 24 hours a day to assist you with your shopping or any other queries you may have. We also have a dedicated Facebook help team who are on hand 7 days a week between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. Jewellery Maker, making your experience the best it can be.
Jewellery Maker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from beginners right through to advanced. Each workshop is run by our approachable tutors who are all friendly, knowledgeable and are specialists in their field of expertise. Our popular courses are tailor-made to suit your needs and to help you get started with a new hobby or to advance your skills onto the next level. We keep the class sizes small to ensure you get plenty of one-to-one attention, so book early to avoid disappointment. For more information, contact our call centre or visit our website.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Join guest designer Liz Welsh as she guides you through how to make beads using friendly plastic. Liz will teach you how to make an array of different shapes and patterns, including round beads, wrapped and tubular beads. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. So, to get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
It's been absolutely fantastic. It's the Resin Projects course and Fiona is a terrific teacher. She's fun, she's very knowledgeable and we've learned a lot of things. We're going home today with about 4 different projects and they're absolutely beautiful. I bought a lot of the resin several months ago when it was on television being demoed, but I've never actually used it because I always like to come to the workshops first before I do anything. And I'm now going to be confident enough to go home and use it.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Designer Inspiration. It's lovely to be back with you ladies and gentlemen, it really, really is. I'm having a fabulous day, are you? Genuinely, I'm having so much fun. We've already had a competition. I'm about to announce the winner. Pete, come on over. You know what time it is? It's time to be part of the band, brother Pete. The band.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
And the winner is, drum roll please. When I do this, we'll stop. Are you looking at me? I do this.
Okay.
Oh, I've forgotten. Sarah! Sarah in Suffolk! Woo! Woo! Well done, Sarah. You get to win those 3 pieces. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Well done.
Can you tell us the answers?
What? I will tell the answers. Amethyst was Sober February, etc.
Okay.
Metal Ross Lynx. Metal. Diana Ross Lynx Chain.
Reaction.
Yeah. And then winged insect behind was butterfly backs.
Oh. Oh, very good.
Sorry, Jem, if you'd have got them right, you could have won your own pieces,
So
but
you
no
earned that,
go.
so you earned that jewellery.
In Suffolk. Sarah in Suffolk, lovely. I hope you're still watching. You have got them. I've got another competition coming up for you later, so get on in, I'll let you know about that. I'm about to bring you something new to me. I'm not sure if you've seen them that much before either, but they most certainly are back in stock. This, ladies and gentlemen, is coming in at 10 under 10. I've got 10 products to squeeze in the next 25 minutes. So come on, get on board. If you see something you like, get on in, because these are your bead stoppers. We have not seen these in such a long time. These are fantastic. Be honest. Have you ever had that moment where you've cut maybe a strand of, I don't know, gorgeous, high quality, stunning nuggets? You've only needed 5 or 6 of them. You haven't needed much, and then you go on to another section of weaving. You need to use a 5 or 6 few more. Another section of weaving, 5 or 6 more needed. And then what happens? You lift it and they go everywhere. These stop that happening. They are so simple to use. They really are. They literally do what they say on the tin. They stop your beads coming off. You can put them onto your temporary wire and they'll keep all things in place. You've got here as well the rubber section here. Now these are super duper soft, really nice and comfy to work with. They're really easy to use, and you get loads of them. You know, you're getting how many in total? Getting 12 of these in total. It means things as well, like if you've, not even if you've got dexterity problems, if like me, you have big chunky nails, or maybe if you're just like me and can be a bit impatient when it comes to undoing knots, sometimes sitting there and undoing a knot can be a nightmare. But then to cut the strand means that you're cutting more of the temporary strand away, which means actually if you only want one gemstone, it's a bit irritating to do because they all fly everywhere, don't they? And then you've not got any more temporary strand to knot, if that makes sense. These are perfect. It means that you can just pop these onto the end of your half-used strand, and they're not going to go everywhere. You're not going to find them in the box. You're not going to find them, kind of clumped together at the bottom of your drawer. It's just not going to happen. These are fantastic. Loads of you coming in. It's lovely to see you all. 12 of these, 8 mil. I promise you, 10 products under 10. We're starting off with these. Your price point today. Just £6.95 for you, and look, you're getting all of these. We've got loads of you coming in for it. Come on in, get them whilst you can. They are really great. Jem, I'd love to know what you use these for.
Multi-strand necklaces, neckline pieces, or pieces where very often when I'm beading a necklace, I'll start in the centre and work either side.
So you know it's even.
So I know it's even, but it always means that when I come to do the other side, I can't link it in yet until I know it's positioned right.
Got you.
So I can just pop those on, and they just save so much time. Now I've got a version of those without the little blue bits on.
Right.
And they're brilliant, but those are even better because you can actually grab them easier. They don't flick around so much.
And they are so, I keep doing this, but it's because they're so squidgy. They're actually really nice to work with. They kind of mould to your fingers.
I said they look like those thigh trainers.
Oh, they so do, yeah.
Carol tried them, but they didn't. They weren't that effective.
I know, I can imagine. Yeah, but what about if you want to, finger workouts?
You said nostril workouts. Perhaps.
Nostril workout,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Chin exercises.
Yeah, or just as a bead stopper. I don't want to do that again, Helen. No, thank you. 8 mil on these is your size. Honestly, they are great to use. You know what it's like when you take off a bead and you don't need to use the whole strand, and they do go everywhere. It is a nightmare. These are reusable. Don't forget. You can use these time and time again, year in, year out. It's not something that you use once and then it's used. No, these are going to work time and time again, year after year, day after day on all of your pieces. If you have ever even once had that moment of, I do it all the time, I'm sad to say. I don't know why, I'm just quite forgetful, I think. I'll tie a knot in each end or whatever, and then I'll pick one up and then I'll unknot it, and then someone will come to the door or whatever, or I'll go, oh, just forgotten my crochet hook. I did it the other day, crochet, and I thought, oh, I've got the wrong crochet hook. So I left it on the side, brilliant, went off, got another crochet hook, sat back down, was twiddling away, went to pick up a side, forgot I'd undone it, and the whole side just came off, rolled everywhere, perfect rounds, rolled everywhere. Literally, if I'd just had one of these to pop on, perfect. And do you know what? I would pay $6.95 for that to never ever happen to me again. For me to never ever have to go, Mulberry, no, Mulberry, oh wait, stop it, while she's trying to pick up all of it. Mulberry's my dog, by the way. Just in case you think I have a child who just runs after my gemstones. And we don't have to do that again. I would pay $6.95 just so that I you know, essentially don't have to be squabbling around on the floor trying to pick up all these little odds and ends. I would pay $6.95 just so that I didn't have to hear that dreaded noise of a gemstone being sucked up by a hoover, and you hear it rattling around on the inside and you think, oh, it's gonna break. I would pay $6.95 just for that. And I tell you what, to get these, I'm guaranteeing that, and it's $6.95, it's great. Bead stoppers, great for you to have no matter what your medium. $6.95 for you today. 10 under 10, I'm bringing you some more products. All of them will be under £10 for you, but you've got to get in quick if you want them. Bringing you now these gorgeous keys. Now, keys I absolutely love and adore, and I've got some for you here now. Keys are really something that, you know, it has gorgeous connotations alongside it. When you think of keys, you think of, you get the key to the door. Is it key to the gate? What do you get when you're 21? Key to a door, isn't it? Key to a door when you're 21. Sometimes you get things like, you do get people, famous people get, you know, keys to cities, don't they? You get the key to people's hearts, you get, you know, keys have gorgeous, gorgeous connotations. And that is one reason why keys, you know, they're notorious. You know, we see them all the time. You see them all the time in fairy tales, you know, Alice in Wonderland, you know, notoriously. You see them, you know, talked about in songs, in poetry as well. And actually I had a little look around at some jewellery pieces that keys are available in, and take a little look. You know, they are everywhere. These are just 3 that I really liked and picked out. Take a little look at them, they're beautiful. Keys used there in lots of different things. There's just a little quote there that, you know, I found instantly. Life is a journey, only you hold the key, and it's absolutely true. Look at that gorgeous Thomas Sabo one. I love that collection there, and that's just a bag charm or a mobile charm. It's really simple, and actually, do you know what? If you get these today, you could recreate almost the exact same look, because actually I've got these keys coming up in 2 different colours today. I mean, spectacular, and you know, as you can imagine, it won't be the same price as the Thomas Sabo for you today. But also, you know, the Pandora piece there was absolutely beautiful as well. Really, really simple, clean lines, very much like this one. You are getting of these 20. Imagine doing a charm bracelet with these. That would be absolutely beautiful, wouldn't it? A charm bracelet on some chain would be really, really pretty. What about maybe, you know, a cluster of them would be really pretty. If you're a card maker like myself, these are going to be great for the front of a card, aren't they? For 21st and for, you know, wedding days, moving into new homes. They'd be great for, you know, moving on into a new area of your life. They're perfect for as well. Earrings, they're sensational for. They're just beautiful for charms too, and just an individual pendant. You are getting 20 of these in total, so absolutely loads. Your price point today, just £9.95 for you today. They are just spectacular. I love that my team are singing I've got the key, I've got the secret in my ear. It is one of my favourite things ever. But they make you think of positive things, don't they? They really do. What do you think of these lovely gems?
I think they're lovely. Again, I think they're just one of those symbols that cross all the age ranges, all the sexes, you know, like the heart. You wouldn't necessarily give a heart to a man necessarily, but you
unless
would do,
he was a loved one.
Yes, but they're not likely to wear a heart. You know what I mean, and a bracelet or anything. So a key, it can go across.
You're absolutely
right.
It's
more versatile in some ways.
It really, really can. It's perfect for that. Unisex, multi-age as well. £9.95 for you. Well done, everybody. I've got so many more to fit in. I better move on. But there are still people there coming in for it, so please do get them whilst you can. I've got to bring you now a gorgeous strand of abalone. Now, I'll be honest, you've seen quite a bit of abalone of late. We are running low. This is one of those running low pieces. I've not got a huge amount of these. We are able to make it under 10. I don't have that many, though, of these ones, and I would say it's it's a bit of a shame because do you know what? This is a really unisex shape for me as well. I know we're talking about shapes just then, but really is a unisex shape, isn't it? Those beautiful regular square shapes are just beautiful. Of course, double-sided, as we all well know. Gorgeous abalone, essentially the centre, as it were, of a power shell, as you imagine the colours in a power shell to look. That's what you get with this strewn across, and what happens is they go back to back with each other and they just look beautiful, and we've attached them together with stunning with resin. But that means that we've not just got resin on the back, we have gone back to back with the shell itself. I'll show you like that, but there we go. Sorry, it's not spinning. It's not playing ball. You know, we have gone back to back with the resin, so it is working really, really well. The graphics are being a little bit slow. They are just coming in though for you, so do stay there. Have you got the code for it? There it is. UC GP81. Your price point today for these 8mm squares is just £6.95 for you today. Honestly, our abalone is stunning quality. I genuinely believe it, and I genuinely know that, you know, at that price point for a double-sided, for something we are very low in stock in at the moment. You know, get it whilst you can. You did have a strand on this morning. I'm not sure if it was new or not, but I know for a fact that I've got last in stock of this one because we are running low on stock with our abalone at the moment. £6.95 is a great price. You're used to seeing the $9.95 price point, really, aren't you? I know I am, definitely. But if you treat yourself to this today, you know, there's so much you can pair with it. Go big, go bold if you want to. What about though, you know, tone it down maybe. Tone it down a little bit. Could be quite nice. Still the colours there, but kind of relaxed a little bit. What about the emerald I've got coming up for you later on? That could be quite nice. This one, here it is. Look, Zambian emerald coming up for you later. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at those together, just spectacular. It's going to go with so much. It really, really is. And hey, what about with your opal? Because this has got the colour play running through it, and it really genuinely does all over. There's so much to go with this, essentially, as you can tell. £6.95. I do have to move on, but it's UCGP81. That's your code on it. Good luck to you all if you want it, because that is getting extremely, extremely low for you now. Let me shimmy this out a little. Amethyst. Amethyst cabochons. Ooh. Oh, wowzers. Oh, gosh, these are good. 4 of them. 4. It's done on carat weight. I've got 4 because I've got a real big one on there. Oh, look at them. Genuine, real deal amethyst I've got here for you. Spectacular. Let me show you a couple of these sort of by themselves, because I tell you what, they are just beautiful. All of them with that beautiful rich colour which is totally naturally occurring. And then look at the interest in each of these. It's spectacular, isn't it? You're getting multi-shaped cabochons here. I'm getting a variety of 4. You might get 5, you might get 6, you might get exactly the same amount as me. I have got for you 230 carats worth of this. Now don't forget, amethyst isn't, I think we can get used to certain prices on cabochons, can't we? If we're totally honest, we're used to seeing, you know, 20, 30 pounds price points on some cabochons if you get a really big carat weight. But we need to, I think, always bring it back to the fact that these are specific gemstones. This is genuine, real deal amethyst. Now, amethyst is not going to be priced the same as, say, an agate. We know that. Amethyst demands higher price points. That's obvious. We know that. You know, it's more famous. It's more renowned. It's used more by high-end retailers. So we know that the price point of this is going to be more than that of, say, your agate. The fact of the matter is, I've brought you agate before, you know, 12, 14 pounds, you know, different carat weights, but I have brought it to you. The fact of the matter is, today you get the statement, the boldness, the name, the privilege to work with amethyst at under £10. Your price today is just £9.95. Now, a lot of people and a lot of places would say that you would find it easier, if you are selling on, to sell on an amethyst piece than you might be for an agate, because at the end of the day, people know amethyst, people respect amethyst, it is renowned, people understand the name of it, unlike everyone who might not have heard of agate or might not know about agate. When you get these today, you're paying just £9.95. I've got 4. We had another sample that had 5 in. I saw a picture of one that had 6 in. You know, even if you just get 4 like me, you've got big, bold pieces of amethyst there, and I tell you what, you want to be selling those on for a premium, don't you, Gem?
Yeah, that is amazing price. said before, when I was trying to find that depth of colour of amethyst for a pendant for my mum's wedding, I was looking at the lowest price I found was $38 for one amethyst, one cabochon.
Wow.
And it was Laura Binding who actually, I begged her, please swap me a cabochon, because she had one. I said, where on earth did you get it? She said, oh, we just had one. So, you know, and that's a year ago, and now we've got these in. Yeah, they're fantastic.
And at that price as well.
Amazing.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. $9.95. I do have to move on. Please check out Sheila, Kate, Laura, Anne-Marie, Carrie, Claire, Tanya, Angela, Kerry, another Kerry, how will you? Alison as well. Do check out those baskets genuinely, because we don't see that often at all. Got for you now a strand of fluorites. Oh, wowzers. Fluorite. It is literally a glowing gemstone that has the ability to collect and be affected by UV rays, whether that be in sunshine, whether that be in fluorescent lights. Essentially, there's a professor named George, and what he worked out was when this gemstone was in kind of the presence of UV lights, when it was taken outside, what it did was it literally glowed internally. And that's because, as he worked out through his studies, essentially UV light, unlike many other gemstones, affects the electrons, as it were, inside the gemstone. It kind of it excites them, it wakes them up a little bit, and because of that movement and within, microscopic, I mean, it's not obvious, you can't see them, wobbling around like jelly, but with all of these little tiny microscopic elements and atoms and electrons, whatever going on inside there, because they vibrate, they build up an energy, which means that they do look like they're glowing. So I always think of it like when you were younger and you used to do the do you like buttercups, do you like butter, games. So you'd pick a buttercup and you put it under your friend's chin, wouldn't you? And if you liked butter, it was said that it glowed yellow, and if you didn't, if it didn't glow on your chin, then it said that you didn't like butter. It gives you that kind of glow, which I just think is beautiful. It does remind me of childhood. The great thing about this, though, is you've got a genuine gemstone, all of which are totally different. Look at the amount of zebra you've got in this strand. Wowzers! I have not seen a strand with this much zebra fluorite in such a long time. Take a look at it. When we talk about zebra fluorite, now can I just say to you, if this was solely made up of the zebra fluorite, so fluorite that has these types of stripes that you can see in certain areas on this, if you had a whole strand of that and it was sold as zebra fluorite, tell you what, even on Jewellery Maker, you would be looking at about, £25 worth, about £25–30 maybe. Zebra fluorite is one of the most sought after in the world, and if this had that title, tell you what, no way would you be under 20, no way. Your price point today. That is already under 10. But I've told you, don't expect the expected today. Sure, there's a quicker way of saying that. Expect the unexpected so much smoother. £6.95 for you today. We're keeping you on your toes. Come on, let's get in. Let's get in on the phone lines, because honestly, we've got so many treats coming up for you today. You may as well get those baskets open whilst you can, because we are back together. We are being slightly mischievous. We are doing prices that perhaps we wouldn't always be allowed to get away with, and these are just spectacular. And I think there's a lot that these are going to go really, really well with. Beautiful flowers these are going to go sensationally with, aren't they? Even if I've got some really nice rings coming up later with gemstones that fit, maybe something would be great with that, wouldn't it? I've got so much coming up for you. You're not going to be disappointed. Not many of those left. We've just rolled it down. Lowest price we can go to, £6.95 on that strand is sensational. Good luck to everyone who wants it, because it's getting low now. We'll do these flowers now. I think they are just really beautiful. I really, really do. They are like an eternal daisy chain. I think they're beautiful. Multi-coloured agates we've got here for you. They sit so proudly. They feel beautiful against the skin. I do not have many of these left. 100 carats worth. Gosh, there's only people coming in. Well done to everyone who's already allocating these. JIGP 14 code if you need to know what it is. I just think this is sensational. Look at the amount you're getting as well. Can you see how these are created? So they're domed at the back and then flattened at the top. These are going to be great for, oh, I don't know, cufflinks at a wedding maybe, Ben. Oh, that'd be nice, Ben, wouldn't it? It would be gorgeous as well as kind of earrings, wouldn't it? Be really, really beautiful as a pair of earrings. Love the idea of, say, having them in a hair bubble as well. I just think they're gorgeous. I'm laughing because gorgeous Ben, bless him, he's getting married in March. He hasn't got a clue what's going on. He's just been saying, oh, they go really nice with the room that we're having wedding breakfast in, which, by the way, isn't even at breakfast time. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, is it, babe? Oh, no, wedding brunch. No, it's called wedding breakfast. You too. Wedding breakfast because it's the first meal you have together when you're married. It's you break your eternal fast of loneliness, Ben says. Anyway, come on in and get these. You don't have to be getting married. You don't even have to know what a wedding breakfast is, apparently. Your price point today for these is just £6.95. I mean, genuinely, that's sensational. Do you know what? Stick a bit of elastic around this. Make yourself a gorgeous, gorgeous ring, and you sell that for a £5 easily. I mean, easily. Even at just a little, you know, school craft show, couldn't you? Really, really easily. Easy peasily. £6.95. Love it. Well done. I've got to move on, but I've got some left. I've got some jigpea left in me. 14, sorry, jigpea 14. I've still got some left, is what I mean. Got for you now. I've just got to move on because I've got so much to fit in. No way. I've got for you now, gorgeous. You're going to love this. Get yourself on the phone line if you like a bit of a mystical effect. If you like a mystical effect. Have a look. This is just beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Moon River moonstone I've got here for you. It's a beautiful moonstone. I love the colouring of this. I love about it, it's going to go with any skin tone whatsoever. It really, really will. In fact, Brother Pete, just before you go on your break, can I borrow your arm, please? Can I borrow your arm? Hang on, what's our... Who's... Oh, we're quite similar in skin. What do you mean, why? Come here. If you were listening, you'd have known. Because I want to show you. Let's do family jewellery day. Look at that. Come here, like that. So, we've got different coloured skins, haven't we? You know. I'm a little bit more tanned than you. But you can see it goes with both of us, doesn't it? And another big difference between me and you, Pete. What is it?
Bit of hair on.
No! I'm a woman and you're a man.
Yeah.
But it looks good on both of us.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it? Brother Pete, what are you doing on your break?
I'm not sure yet. I'll figure out when I get there.
I'll figure it out when I get there. Enjoy your break, Brother Pete. Did I just spit on you a little bit? I'm so sorry. Sorry, Brother Pete. So I have got here for you your multicoloured moonstone, 300 carats worth there. And look, I'm also adding to this situation. Look. Oh, your white moonstone. Yes, ladies and gents, both of these are going to be under £10. This one for you here today should be £11.90, but it's not. We're crashing it down for you. Your price point today is actually rolling down to just £8.95 for the two of them. Both of them for you today, just £8.95. I think that is astonishing. It really, really is. You know, me and Brother Pete very stylishly just to prove that, you know, it's going to go with you no matter what gender, no matter what your skin tone. And do you know what? No matter what you do with them, we just strewn them across our arm. But there's so much you can do with these. There really, really is. Stack them, build them, meld them in together. You know, wire work around them. Stutash kind of with them in a really organic design. They're going to be gorgeous. I've got to move on because I don't have that many left, but do treat yourself to these whilst you can. It's a great price discount. It really, really is. Now for you, bring in a box, gemstone box. Gemstone box for you right here, right now. You get the storage box itself. Do you know what? I went into that very well-known store that crafters go to on Tuesday, Wednesday, I went there on Wednesday just to get some crochet stuff. I was having a really crafty day, really was. So I went there to get some last minute bits and bobs, and they had tiny little storage boxes that just, it was kind of this size actually, maybe a little bit bigger, but it just had 2 lids on it, that was it, one on one side, one on another. And that by itself was $6.99 it was for a box, tiny bit bigger than this. No gemstones in it like this, no gorgeous amounts of fluorite, no stunning beautiful amounts of your sodalite, not loads and loads of your lovely lapis lazuli and even more of that beautiful blue fluorite, and it didn't even have 4 locking compartments, it only had the 2. The box itself was just $6.99, so if we did the box of this for $6.99 for you, you know, just the box, then how much extra would you be paying for all of those gemstones? I mean, look at them, they're absolutely stacked full in there. You're getting, to my eye, you know, could that be the amount of about 2 double strands, like a double strand in each box? Well, if that were the case, they're $6.95 each, aren't they? So you'd be way up there usually, but today for you on all of this, it's just £9.95. You get the box and that huge stash of all your gemstones as well. You know, it's a great way to get you started and get you involved. And one thing that I will say is, you know, yeah, we can get a double strand of your chips and your nuggets, which is great, but like I said before, now and again it can be a bit of a fight to get to them. Sometimes you only want a little bit of texture. Sometimes if you're just doing a rosary link with 1 gemstone on, you don't want to have to keep knotting a strand and then unknotting a strand to get 1 more off. With this, you know, just go in there with your wire, pick the one you want, you're done, you're dusted. No messing around at all. $9.95 for you today on that collection. Well done for you. I've got to squeeze in a couple more. How many more have I got left? I've got 2 left. I've got this one, a gorgeous labradorite for you, which is just beautiful. It's bedazzling, it's highly faceted. What I love about this strand, it's got that, it's going to sound silly at first, but I will explain. It's got that Labrador grey about it. I know that sounds really odd, doesn't it? But I mean the place, not the dog or anything else. And the place of Labrador itself, gorgeous Canada, which I've been to Labrador. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, I don't know, about 20 times probably. I've been to Labrador a lot, and Labrador is, you know, it is this kind of quaint fishing village town, really. It has some of these gorgeous, almost Balamory coloured buildings in it, you know, with yellows and blues and greens sort of jutting up for everywhere. But it is a fishing town, and it is to a very, very grey backdrop, and it has got that gorgeous skylight colour. What I love with these, though, is they are our 8mm. You know, you voted it your favourite size to work with, and even though they are a really nice delicate 8mm, even with these lights you're still getting that shiller look, you're still getting that blue sheen. Your price point today for your penultimate 10 under 10 is just £6.95 for you today. It's a great unisex strand. Gem, I'd love to hear what you would do with this strand.
It's gorgeous. I love that cashmere-y grey, because sometimes you can get a greeny labradorite, but I love the grey version.
Yeah.
And I would put it with turquoise, I would put it with hematite, I'd put it with pearls.
Love that.
And it looks really makes it look expensive if you put it with gold. So put it with warm tones, warm metals like rose gold or gold, and it gives it a very rich look.
Gorgeous. Love that. I think
lovely.
we still have a few of these left if you want them. I've got the rose gold coming up later. £6.95 for that one. Last one now. It's going to be under £10. This one. They're huge. Yeah.
Under £10.
Yeah. Look how big they are. They're massive. Now I know you love mookaite as much as I do, don't you, Gem?
I do love mookaite, yeah. First gemstone I bought from JM.
Why did this talk to you so much? Why do you adore it so much?
Because of the density of it, the density of the colour,
yeah.
The fact that it's like, I can imagine paint being made from it, you know, like the siennas, and
yes.
it sort of takes me to the natural earth. It's those pigments I love.
I know exactly what you mean.
And it's my colour palette, you know, it just is.
Well, it's the colour palette of this year, isn't it? You've got your Pantone masalas in here, going throughout the range. You've got those sandstone colours, which are big in the Pantone as well. You've got the custard colours as well in here. It's a big, bang-on trend colour palette just in this strand. The great thing with these is look at the size of them. They're huge. They are 12 mil. But the lovely thing is they've still got that really delicate faceting, so they're not pow bang in your face. Because this might sound strange as well, but you know what I'm like. Because they are faceted, you don't just get, boom, here's a piece of mookaite, it's massive, it's in your face. You almost get like a jigsaw put together. Oh, there's a bit of it as it twinkles away. There's another bit, there's another bit. It's not too over the top. You're almost getting these sparkle elements of mookaite that kind of join together, so it's not too in your face. It's got a perfect balance for me of colour, of size, of sparkle. It's just so elegant. The fact I'm going to take this under £10, great. Price point today is just £8.95. You were expecting £9.95. I know I was.
That's
definitely.
Amazing. Put that in with the next bundle.
Oh, wow.
Look amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, completely agree with that. How fantastic is this? And actually, I look with the copper. Oh, it's just gorgeous, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
You've got so much in this one that's going to go nicely with it, don't you? You really, really do. I love the idea of it with the ribbon as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, definitely mix the textures up with those facets. You've got. Yeah, it's a real.
What's it called? Shibori, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ribbon. Yeah, it goes beautifully, doesn't it? It's almost making those purples pop out more from the mookaite, actually.
It is.
See that?
It's a very unusual mauvey purple, isn't it, in mookaite?
Yeah,
almost like a grey purple.
Yes.
Which actually matches that shibori perfect.
It does. It matches this one exceptionally well. I'm about to bring you this kit now, but you've got to check out that sensational mookaite. I tell you what, it's gorgeous. Check it out. Thank you for joining us for 10 under 10. I tell you what, if you want to get your hands on this kit, we're going to do a great, great, great prize. And we are going to be bringing you your second competition as well in a moment. And you get to win 3 of Gemma's pieces today. So let's take a little look at this for you here. Just wow, there's so much here. Please, you know, do let me kind of rush through this, and then we'll chat to Gem about it as well. But I will say, quantity-wise, I have not got as many of this as I would like to. I haven't got as many as this as I did with the previous one. I had higher quantity of the first one. So please do, you know, if you like this, and trust me, you will. There's so much going on in here for everyone. And please do check out the baskets. Price point me, I've completely forgotten. Right, and we're rolling it down to. Okay, wowzers. Okay, we are going to take it under 40 today. Promise you under 40, which is amazing because should we get the should be price up? Just pop it up. Should be £73.10, but I will be rolling it down. Now, let me show you exactly what you're going to be getting here. I promise it's under 40. I've got for you here loads and loads of your wires. It's just a gorgeous amount. Take a little look. I've got your 0.410 mil in our original there, square wire as well for you in that gorgeous copper. You're getting a 1 mil, a 0.8 and a 0.6 all in those square wires. But you have also got, hang on, sorry, I've muddled this up. I've got a 1 mil, a 0.8, a 0.5 and a 0.6. Okay, so those are the sizes I've got on the square wire. This copper square wire has been extremely, extremely popular, and we have not, you know, square wire in general, is extremely, extremely popular. In the copper though, just added bonus.
Yeah, I didn't know we did it. I was amazed when I opened it up. Opened up this bundle. It's really lovely to work with.
It is spectacular. The square wire, different to work with in the look, but same in technique almost, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar in technique. Very similar in technique. You just sometimes you need to think about the orientation of your pliers, maybe, just so that you're, you know, on the flat side. But other than that, it just adds something different. It almost looks, when you've got a piece finished, it looks cast rather than twisted. If that makes any sense at all.
I know exactly what you mean.
But it's really, really lovely, and just to even use it alongside your round wire as an accent, it just gives you that little lift. It is lovely.
Beautiful, I love it. So I've got all of those, four of the square wire, one of your plain rounds. Bringing in the keep it in the same colour tone, I have got your hair combs as well in here. 5 of these in total, beautiful for your headline piece. And actually these are what we've used to create those shoes that I showed you very, very briefly earlier on. So you're getting 5 of those in total. Also in here, speaking of shoes, I've got your shoe clips. Let me just show you one. We call them shoe clips because you can, you know, change your shoes, decorate your shoes, make them look differently day in, day out with these. You know, you just design the front and then you'll snap them shut and they're, you know, they're attached to your shoes. But you can use this for tie clips. You can use them for, you know, on your scarves. You can use them on the side of your, you know, use them as brooch almost. You know, use them, just clip them on here perfectly. So I've also got for you all of these, oh, beautiful, beautiful pieces of your shibori ribbon. 2 sets which I've showed you. It's gorgeous, the shibori, because you get that delicate iridescence, that delicate colouring to it that you can see. But actually, when you kind of, and you see how you see through it and the light travels through, it's beautiful. But actually, you know, if you work it together, you can see you get a real nice depth to it as well. So you can use these in 2 different ways completely, which is so, so pretty. So you're getting that purple and you're getting that almost sort of ice lilac, really, as well, aren't you? Really pretty. Then, though, I'm also going to add some patches for you. Now, these are the flower ones, and I just love how these have been used by Gem. They're so fab. You will be getting a selection of colours, so you'll be getting 3 of each colour. So I've got 3 of the green here. They're beautiful, aren't they? Applique patches. They're a bit turquoisey. I've got 3 of that beautiful kind of ruby red, really pretty. I've got 3 of the pink as well, that magenta, which should go great with that leather we had launched a moment or 2 ago. I've also got the blue in here as well, which is so nice, isn't it? Isn't that just a stunning colour? It is just beautiful. It's, you know, oh, it's idyllic blue, really, isn't it? It's Maldives sea blue or Ayia Napa sea blue. I've got my holiday booked. Yep. I've also got your purple as well in here. So that real nice kind of aubergine purple that I've got in there too. So loads of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colours and 3 of each of the design. Bringing to you the gemstones now, which I should have left myself more space for, if I'm honest. I've got the gemstones, loads of pieces in here, I know. You've got beautiful carnelian, which I haven't actually seen in a long, long, long time. I haven't seen carnelian, well, I don't know. It's been over 2 weeks, I'm sure of it. Which I know doesn't sound like a long time, but it is really, if you think, you know, the amount of gemstones to see every day. I'm sure I haven't seen it in about 2 weeks, so it's lovely to have it back with us. Of this, as well, look how great it goes with that citrine. Oh, I love it. Your citrine, you've got 110 carats worth there of the citrine, and the lovely thing about this citrine is how well it goes, due to the kind of look of it, due to the feel of it, due to the you know, organicness, as it were, of it. It's just beautiful that the way they work together, really pretty. I've got some wood in here for you as well. I've got the rounds of the wood, and they have these ones, which they're 4 mil, by the way, the rounds. And then of the other woods, they're described as petals, aren't they? And your petal sizes are 17 by 7 mil in total. They're really beautiful. I love that you get the different age lines of each of them. You get the different, some of them are perfectly rounded in their age lines, some of them are a bit speckled, some of them are zigzag almost as well. It's just Mother Nature, isn't it, which I think is spectacular. So you get both of those. And then I've got, you know and I know, connoisseurs, I've told you about this a few times of late, if you want to get clarity in peridot, now is the time, because I tell you what, if things carry on the way they are, this time next year, you won't be seeing this much clarity in strands, I'll tell you that for nothing. You've got gorgeously clear peridot here. Of your peridot, you're going to be getting 35 carats worth. And they are around about 7 by 5 mil in area from a 4 by 3. But then I am bringing you some more of the hollow woven wire as well, in gorgeous colours. 2 of them are hollow. Antiques bronze one I've not seen, but look, this one's one of the filled ones. It's filled with your ball chain, and it's filled with a silver colour ball chain, which just gives you a totally different look. It's really pretty, isn't it? I know I've got so much out on this desk. There's just so much in it. No wonder it's this price. You've got peridot. You've got a bronzy coloured woven meter. You've got a wooden petal strand. You've got a beaded filled strand. You've got the wooden rounds strand. You've got the citrine in there in the top drilled. You've got the carnelian in the top drilled. I've also got the antiques bronze in the hollow woven chain. I've got the flowers, 3 of the purple, 3 of the red, 3 of that turquoisey green, 3 of the pink, 3 of the blue. I've got the shibori ribbon in that frosted lavender and also in the violet and gold. I've got 1 mil, 0.8, 0.5 and 0.6 in the copper square wire, and I've got 0.4 in the original rounds. I'm going to be bringing you as well 5 of those hair combs in that gorgeous copper colour, and I've got 10 for you of those shoe clips. Your price point today should be £73.10. Quite rightly so, might I add. Today, though, it's just £37.95 for you. Gemma Crow is shaking her head, probably because she knows that is one of the biggest savings we have ever done at Designer Inspiration. It is not £20 saving, which is great. It's better than average, actually, our £20 saving. It's not even £22 saving. It's one of our biggest ever savings here at Designer Inspiration. You're saving today on this kit £35.15. £35. It's only £37.95. That's almost half price. How amazing is that? It's so unique, it's so individual, and don't forget, I have got for you as well the leather coming up for you in a little bit. Just wowzers, amazing, love it at that price. I'm not surprised we've got multi-buyers.
No,
Are you?
No, it's remarkable. It's like a jewellery making taster kit.
I love that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, tell me more, I totally get that.
Like hair combs, shoe clips. It was one of those, I put the kit on the table and I just thought, oh, where do I start? You know, it's like a bit of a panic setting in. So I thought, right, Jem, make something for a shoe, make a hair piece, make this, make that, and just work through it systematically, because there's so much.
There is so much.
So hard to know where to start.
I love it. I really do. Do you want to take a nosy across? Because honestly, there's so much there. You're going to have to start panning. Talk to us about the pieces that we're going to be, the piece we're going to learn to make today.
The piece we're going to make today is this. It's an anklet actually, but it looks great on bare feet, you know, and bare ankles. But it also looks great sticking out the bottom of a pair of jeans. It looks great with sandals. It looks great with my pumps that I've got on today.
Yeah.
It looks great with a pair of heels. So it's one of those things you can, you know, really dress down, dress up.
Love it.
I love this piece. I fully intend on making another demo piece here today.
Yeah, taking it with you, definitely.
It's really me, and for holidays it's perfect.
It's just perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the amount Gemma's made. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pieces essentially, and that's, you know, counting the shoes as separately.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing. I have got a competition as well, and your competition, you know, you get the chance to win. What did we say with this one? Can you remember?
It was the big floral piece on the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love this one. You get the chance to win this one. Yeah.
This
cuff
bracelet here.
Yeah. And the other one
was this one, I think.
And this neckline piece as well. Yeah. So a big one for you. I'm going to give you the first one for that in a second. Let me read this text first. Linda, hello girls. As usual, a fab show. But can I just say that Gemma Crow is inspirational. I love her design. She makes me believe I can do anything.
Oh, you can, Linda. You can have a go at anything.
You absolutely can.
That's
Thank
nice,
you, Linda.
thank you.
You lovely lady. I'm going to give you a competition clue now. So this is for another competition. This is your first clue of the second competition. It's a 3-word clue, and I will describe something that we sell at Jewellery Maker. Make a note of it. Don't text in, because I'm going to give you 3 different clues for 3 different items. So your first item, your first clue to win this set is flatten. You'll know this. Flatten, loud texture. Flatten, loud texture. That's an easy one, isn't it?
Okay.
And as you know, they might get harder. Do make a note of that. Don't text in now or anything. You've got to wait for all three, but make a note of that. And we will get the rest of the clues in the next hour or so for you. So do stay tuned. Okay, Jem. So we're going to learn to do this one, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Fantastic.
That one.
Brilliant.
Okay. So.
Don't forget, I have got the leather coming up for you as well in this collection, so do stay where you are.
So I've cut all my pieces. So the anklet I measured was, let me just check, I think my ankle, I think it was 9 inches, I believe. I've got centimetres here. So this in centimetres, 23 centimetres. If I just open this out, yeah, 23 centimetres, which I think is about 9 inches, but I based it on myself. So measure around your ankle, and then deduct a little bit to be able to add in your clasp. Okay, so that's a little space in there, but not much, about 1 inch.
Okay.
Because by the time we folded things and moulded things and stuck things together, it does take up the space a little bit. The great thing about this is if you've got a really skinny ankle, it means it just sits further down on your foot, and if you've got a bigger ankle, it means it just sits a bit higher.
Fab.
So
it works for everyone. Actually, to let you know, I've got 29 of this kit left. 29, 29, that's it. Probably because it's the biggest saving I think I've ever seen on Designer Inspiration Kit. Over £35 off, almost half price. So do check out your baskets, because once you check out your baskets, I'll be in my teens, so do so.
Okay, so then it's 9 inches length, then it's 7 centimetres, which is what, 3 inches? No, it's less than 3 inches, isn't it?
I'm rubbish with inches.
It's about 3 inches.
About 3. Okay.
You can make this is the tassel area, so you can make it longer or shorter, it's up to you. And then I've marked 1 inch down, or 2 centimetres, 2.5 centimetres down, just so that I've got a band that I'm not going to tassel. Okay? And at home I've got pinking shears, which are perfect when you're making tassels because they give you guidelines. So what I've done is I've cut the bottom section with pinking shears, which means I can then go in with, these are my leather shears. Have we got these today, or are we?
I'm not sure that we have them in stock at the moment.
Okay. Well, a good pair of kitchen scissors will do it if you don't have the leather scissors. I'd say when they come in, get them.
Yeah.
But a good pair of kitchen shears. I wouldn't use your dressmaking scissors because leather will blunt them.
Of course.
So don't use your best scissors. But kitchen shears are perfect. So you can cut then in lines. Now I'm doing this freehand. If you feel you can't cut straight freehand, then draw lines by all means. But just cut in each of those zigzags. It's perfect guideline. Cut and snip, and you've got your line just there running along that you're not going to cut into, so you get it nice and even. If some of them go a bit wonky, don't worry too much, because you know the number of them, the sheer quantity of the tassels, means that they all sort of blend in the end anyway. So if you get a few wonky ones, don't worry, it won't show up in the end. So, and a good tip, when you're trying to cut straight, I'm doing all funny angles here in the studio. The good tip is I know that my hand naturally sits in that direction when I'm cutting, which means that if I do that, it's going to cut straight.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm like that, I might go off at an angle. So find your natural sitting point for your hand, and then position your work into your hand.
Good tip.
And then you're more likely to get a straight cut if your hand's comfortable.
Good tip. Never really thought about that, but it makes sense.
Yeah. It's little things like that you just pick up as you go along.
Yeah.
But if I can save you the journey, that'd be great. So there we go. We've got our tassels, and you can see they're all nice and even. And in time, these will become even more fringe-like. You know, when it's new and it's all sort of firm, it's less fringy. But as they get worn, this is when it gets, leather's perfect, because the more wear and the more age it gets, the better it gets. Okay, so my next step is to cut a length of my green leather, which is coming up in a minute. This is absolutely gorgeous colour. Love this colour. It's like a lime grass.
Stunning, isn't it? That's coming up for you very soon, don't worry.
So I've cut this one 1 inch extra, so this is at 10 inches, because I want a little overlap so that I can create a nice neat end to put my clasps in later. And I'm just going to leave just the colour at the top as well. So if I Again, I'm going to use just this glue because it's nice and quick and stays in place for me.
I do have fabric glue coming up for you in a few minutes.
Is it the cement, hypo cement fabric?
Hypo cement.
Yeah.
And look what else you get.
Which is brilliant. Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that cute? And
ooh.
Oh.
That's the colours I've been wearing all week, orange and blue.
Fashion forward.
Just like me.
Well, yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
I bought a jacket that colour, exactly that colour.
Which one? The orange. Have you?
Yeah, and I've been debating, do I wear it? Was I going to take it back? But
yeah,
no,
of course,
I
wear
thought,
it.
No, I wore it.
Helen has said if you wear it, then she will wear her new faux leather jacket, which is just covered in, it's white fringing, white tassel-y fringing everywhere.
Yeah, that'll look great.
Oh, let's have, isn't that? Wow, yeah, not so sure about that.
What?
Should we have jacket day out? We'll all get our strange jackets.
Yeah, well, mine's not strange, it's just really bright.
You can pull that off though, Jam.
Yeah, well, it worked. I put it with blue and sort of,
Love
you know.
that.
Yeah.
Muted it a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can get the Gemma Crow look very shortly.
Okay, so I've got a layer here, and then I wanted to layer some gemstones on there too.
Okay.
So, actually, I've done this on wire here just because of transporting it, and I haven't got any of those wire stoppers, you know, those beading thread stoppers, which would have been great.
Which is $6.95, by the way.
Now, I've thread this onto wire just for ease in the studio, but I would recommend, and as I've done with this one, I would recommend using a beading thread.
Okay.
Because wire, just threading like this onto wire, the wire is vulnerable because it can snap. Beading thread's not going to snap on you. Okay, so what you do is you thread your length, and what I've done here is alternated one little round wooden bead with two of these petals, and then one wooden round, and just alternated like that, just so I get a bit of texture up here at the top of the foot on the ankle. So what I'm going to do is, to save any bits poking out through your skin, if I just lift that green a little bit. Now, where's mine? And I've got one of these, I call them a bradawl or an awl, and I'm just going to poke a little hole just in the green, roughly centre, just in this top layer. Just poke a little hole in there. Thread my, what would be beading thread through there, and I pop a crimp bead on just to stop it from pulling back out.
Okay.
But in this case, I'm just going to thread the wire in and just stick it down at the back. You can do that if you want to. I just think the crimp is safer. Trim that off.
That green is gorgeous, isn't
it? Isn't it gorgeous? So pop that down. That's in position. Now, something very important when making bangles and bracelets and anything that's going to bend and go around in a sort of tight circle, like a wrist or an ankle. I've got too many on here. Oh, actually, no, I did that on purpose. Keep those on a minute. If I was to do this flat and poke my wire through just here, when I come to bend it round, I'm going to get all this puckering, and it's not long enough.
I get you.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what you must do, before you decide on how much you cut off, you must bend this round first. So bend it into its rough end position, so it's sort of around
as you want it shaped.
Yeah, you can do this onto your ankle. And at this point as well, you also allow your green that is on top to sort of stretch out around, so it's sort of different. Because if you think about it, it's on the outside, so the green actually is a little bit longer than the brown. Do you see what I mean? It's actually travelling a further distance.
Yeah,
it's
of course it is.
But it makes a big difference. So you lay this on around and then decide where you're going to finish it.
Great tip, Jam.
Okay, and then just make a mental note or a pen if you want. That's easier. And then we'll put our all through there, and that's where we know we've got to thread the other side. But I've just lost my place on my bead, so I've got to do it again.
That's all right.
So come round. So holding it in place, and it's right there. Okay.
Yeah, got you.
Then you'll see when I laid it flat, it's going to look or it'll look too big and baggy, but it's actually how it needs to be when it's finished.
Perfect.
So that goes through there.
Fantastic. So just whilst you're capping that off, because it's the same as we did before, I'm bringing you the leather because so many people are asking for it. It is beautiful. Now this has got a really different feel to any that I've experienced before. Why is that, lovely Gem?
It's a thicker hide,
yes,
and it's been treated in a different way. So we've got it polished, shiny,
gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. This stuff, gorgeous. I love the shine on it. I love the finish.
Why did you go for this colour?
Just really selfish. I just really liked it.
Just selfish. I just really wanted to. I love how it goes so well with everything. If I'm honest, when I saw a picture of this alone, I thought, that could be quite tricky. But actually, it is perfect Mother Nature colour.
Oh, it is.
Look at how well it goes in these designs. It doesn't go pow too much in your face. It is a stunning freshness that's added. I just think it's spectacular. I really do.
Lime is, you know, in the shops everywhere, and not everybody is brave enough to wear lime in clothing, but wearing it tonally with jewellery is just, you know, ideal. So
it's perfect.
It's definitely, I love the colour, but I think it works really great with the
gorgeous
brown, and I think it looks very earthy with the brown, and then it looks very modern with the black.
With the black, you're right. I just love that about it. It's a great mix, isn't it? And then I have got the black here for you, which is super soft, isn't it?
Yeah, this is again like the pink. It's the same sort of texture, same hide, same treatment.
Honestly, it is so soft to touch. Look at this colour. It's almost a mink. It's just beautiful colour. It's so high end. I adore it on that suede side. Beautiful colouring to this, really sensational. And I love that you can, you know, for example, like we have here, add that texture to it to give it that gorgeous look, and it just works so nicely with it. And then I've got this one for you again, which is again a bit of the tougher hide, but I love the colouring of this. If I think of real deal high-end leather, this is the type I think of.
Yeah,
this is what I imagine.
This is a top of the range handbag.
Yes.
Isn't it? Or a really, really nice leather wallet.
Yes. The very high end that you could pay for a bag thousands and thousands for.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah. It's just, it's yummy.
It is beautiful. It is so easy to work with. It really, really is. It's beautiful. It's sensational. You can see how well the colours go together. It is a bundle, so weirdly, we are going to take it down in price for you. Should be £38.85.
Yeah,
good price. We're used to that. We expect that. We are going to roll it down for you though. This is your Bohemian Beauty. Your price point today for all three of these beauts is just £28.95. And don't forget, you know, no big marking, no cutouts, no random shapes or areas, no bits where there's kind of, you know, watermarks that you can sometimes get in it. Nothing like that. Beautiful. First time these have been seen, do treat yourself to them whilst you can, because, you know, even if you're brand new like these are, but if you are brand new to, you know, working with this as a medium, you can see how easy it is in a strange way, you know. If you can cut out and stick any type of fabric or paper, actually you'd be able to do it with this, but this is just to get you that premium look, that premium selling on profitability in a way as well, at an amazing price. Get it whilst you can. We just rolls it down. Normally they're £12.95 each. You're working out about £9 something each in this, so get it whilst you can. Brand new. You're getting a square foot, you get your Canada burnt brick, you're getting your spring green, and you're getting your Diva Havana as well. Get them whilst you can.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. The Diva Havana. I love that name.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, fab. So we've just added that ending as we saw you do then, Jen. We are getting out actually the fabric hypo cement now. This is what we're going to bring to you in a second, but I've just got to wait for the phones to clear down a bit of this leather, but this is what we've used here. We're going to bring that to you in a minute.
Literally just opened it, so I think I need to make sure it's coming out. Sometimes, because it's not got any air inside, sometimes it takes a little while to get the flow going when you first open a tube, so bear with it.
So why is this perfect to have why is this wonderful glue perfect to have with this collection?
Well, it's a very permanent glue. It's waterproof once it's dry, and it's flexible. It's like a super glue, but especially for fabric.
Yes.
So all the all
So
the
it stays
reasons you would use
flexy.
all the reasons you would use a super glue, because you want a permanent bond. But with this, if you use a general super glue, it's going to be
going to go rigid, and sometimes it can make it white as well, can't it?
Yes, yeah, you can get some staining. And the smell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of it's solvent, got the solventy smell.
Yeah.
It dries clear, it's flexible, and very, very strong.
And the good thing as well is, we've just seen Gem turning over that small corner.
Yeah.
You need a precision head to do that sort of thing. You wouldn't want to go in with a big
glue,
would you, on your leather you've spent time on?
You saw me doing the E6000 earlier, and that's great because it's quite quick and you can get a large area,
big area done
once.
Quick.
But when you want to come to doing smaller areas, or around clasps and things like that, where you want to get it into a position, then this nozzle is perfect.
And we have got that here for you now. As you can see, Gem is folding over the edge. We have got that exactly here for you now with the precision head. It is your hypo cement for fabric. It is just perfect for this. And I would say to you, if you're going to do something like leather, it is a high-end, much sought after medium and selection of pieces, but you want the job for the tool, and I tell you what, this is the tool for the job. Yeah, this is the tool for the job, definitely. Whether or not you want the job for the tool is a different matter. But also adding to this, it's the Gemma Crow jacket selection. You've got the gorgeous orange of the suede, and you've got that lovely kind of turquoisey blue as well that just works perfectly, doesn't it?
It does.
It works so well.
It really does.
It works epically well. They look so pretty, don't they, together?
Apatite blue, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. And then this, the treble clef.
It's really cute.
Isn't it? 925.
It's really lovely.
It's quite sturdy, actually, that.
Yeah, it's solid, isn't it?
Yeah, let me show you. Treble clef. Can you hold this with the tweet? Have you got any tweezers over there? No, see, my hands are in the way. See? See? Hang on. Here we go.
Oh,
got it. No, it's all right. They are. Have a little look.
It's lovely,
Treble
isn't it?
clef. Isn't that? Oh, what are you doing here? Stop it, yous. It's these flat nose pliers, what they like. Blaming your tools, anyone? You've got your treble clef here for you, and this, you can see, look at this, there's a big depth to that. Look at it, you're getting a lot of metal in that. Genuine 925 treble clef. It's a unisex, uni-age shape, perfect for, the musician lovers, or just the music lovers in general, really, which, let's face it, is pretty much everyone you've ever met. You have got here your chic and charming collection. That's quite hard to say. You say it, Jen.
Chic and charming.
Okay, it's hard for some of us to say. Chic and charming collection. You've got the treble clef. You've got the precision nozzled hyper cement for your fabric, perfect for your leather, and you've got the suede, which, let's face it, you can't get much better than with your leather. Your price point today for all of this should be £15.80, obviously. We are going to roll it down a little bit for you, though. What? Should have been almost £16. We're taking it to £9.95.
Wow.
Wow. £9.95.
I was going to say,
it's got £9.25 in this. £9.95 just for the charm. Would genuinely be a bargain. Genuinely be a bargain.
It would. Yeah, it would genuinely be a great
Let alone
price.
for 10 metres worth of suede, which, by the way, is around about 2mm by 2.5mm. No, sorry, 1.5mm by 2.5mm, approximately. It's got a gorgeous softness to it. It's so beautiful. And you get the proper, made for purpose, perfect for jewellery making, perfect for leather glue. And you get the 95. I can't get over that price. Helena, what is going on with you today with your prices? She's back from a holiday. She's in a corker of a mood, I've got to say. £9.95 for you today. Well done, everyone. Do you know what? Even if you're just buying this for the glue and the charm, perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you've got yourself a proper bargain already.
Yeah,
proper bargain.
Glue, fit for purpose glue, especially a super glue of sorts.
Yes.
You can be paying £7 a tube, £6-7 a tube, and some of them you can't use after one use.
No.
You actually literally have to throw them away.
You have to throw them away, yeah. They get all clogged up as well, which these
Yeah.
don't, because actually with this glue, if you've not seen it in the tube, there's like a little pin that goes down the nozzle, as it were, so you don't get as much of that nightmare moment when you can't even get it out.
When we're here in the studio, we make that look quite difficult, getting that tip back in the nozzle, and it's not that difficult.
It's not. It's just because you're not really meant to lift anything up to your face here, because it obstructs the view, and also the cameras can't get it, and we get weird shots of like guest designers' nostrils, and there might be a bat in the cave, and it's all go. It is all go. So that is exactly why we don't do it.
Bat in the cave.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh dear.
So, well done to everyone. Your names are going off my screen for a second time today. Get it whilst you can. I'm moving it over here. $9.95. It's got a 925 charm in it, and it's got all of that gorgeous cord and the fabric glue. Get it whilst you can. Okay, Jem. So we've bent over the edge, and then using the hole punch,
the fabric glue to stick it down. And remember, I said it will never lie flat once you've stuck everything in place. It doesn't lie flat again, so don't be discouraged by how it looks when it's laid down at this point, because it is going to be rounded. Okay, so I've punched 2 holes, and when you punch these holes, these are going to be for the clasp. So if I just show you sort of how to do the distance between those 2 holes, the clasp is going to be this chain link. So I've taken 1 chain link, I've made 2 holes, and I want them to be the width of the sort of flatter part of the chain link. Okay? So open this back up, and I'm going to pop 1 through the side and back up through the other chain link.
This is the chain that we brought to you earlier. I'm not sure whether or not we had any left. We have a couple left, a handful or 2 left. You got, may I just be really rude and reach across? You got this chain, and you got another chain as well, which we used in the first kit. So, you know, you got, there it is. Oh, Gemma Crow, you should work here, my love. Look, there you go, look at that. You get those 2, both of them, and it was just $16.95. We did a design, we showed you designs with this one earlier on in the show, and you know, big designs with this one as well. Not got many left because it was a huge price drop, but both of these were just $16.95 for you today, so do treat yourself if you wish to.
Okay, so you can see I've got that chain link threaded. Let's get those out of the way.
Yeah. So you've looped it through.
I've got it coming through, so there's the back. It's just fed through there, and I want it to sit proud, because the clasp that I've made for this piece, if I turn it that way, you can see it's sitting proud. The clasp that I've made needs these anchor points. But I thought this was quite a contemporary look. I love this standing out. It's like the padlocks and things like that that are really popular.
Big,
yeah, and niche as well. There's a whole niche market for that sort of jewellery with padlocks and things like that. So,
by the way, if anyone's looking and going, hang on, where's that piece gone? Oh, it's back now. Wait, where's that piece gone? Ben's taking pictures of them sporadically throughout, which is, I'm afraid, why he keeps. There's someone here and then they're gone, but they will all be back in a little bit. Don't forget, I will give you a second clue very, very soon for the competition as well.
I'm just popping this one in the other end. I can then do the clasp. So I've got 1 at each end, so you can see now I just need to put something in here. There's how I'm going to attach my clasp. Now if you don't want a fancy clasp and you like it just like that, then you can always use some of that lovely leather suede-ette that we just had, and do like just a bow or a knot or something like that. That would be fine.
Gorgeous.
Or even some sort of toggle, you know, a slide-in toggle, so you can take it on and off. That would work too.
Perfect.
But I have made a sort of a hook clasp. It's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, sorry, he's just gone and taken a picture.
So I will show you how to
use your imagination. I'll show you in a second.
I'll take you right through the central piece, and then we'll come to the.
So if you remember, it's the centre bit that had the flowers on that we'll show you now.
Yeah. Okay. So I've started with just a circle of the green. It doesn't matter what colour you use. This bit does. The black is not really ideal for these pieces that need the strength. Okay, because it is so soft.
Yeah.
So save the black for your tassels and your movement and the crumpling and texture. Save that for that.
Okay.
So we need this backing, and then I've got our lovely petals of the wood, and I've threaded 10 onto a piece of wire. Now, when you thread these and you're making flowers, I lay them down. Make sure that one side is rounded and one side is flat. Okay, and it is fairly obvious when you've got them in front of you. One side has a flat.
Yeah, you can see that.
It's flat out of the drill hole. The other side is on a dome. On a dome. Okay, so just make sure you thread in the same direction. doesn't really matter, but if you want your petals to look uniform, then it's best just to take that extra care.
Fab.
So I've got 10 onto a piece of the 0.4 wire, and then take the other end of your 0.4 wire and thread it back through one of them, just so that it forms this loop, okay? And then pull them in to form that gorgeous flower shape. Now then what I'll do is to hold that shape and strengthen the flower, I'll take the tails of the wire and just wrap around and through the opposite side, so under and over, and just follow around, going in between each petal. So all the way around and over, and do the same with the other one, and that firms it all up and keeps it nice and tight there on the inside. Now with the last one, I've popped a little gemstone in the centre. There's my bag of gemstones.
Just to let you know, I've not got that many of these left. I've got half of my stock gone on this kit, unsurprisingly. It's the glue perfect for this. It was that genuine 925 treble clef, perfect for, well, let's face it, anyone. And it was those gorgeous suede cords as well, in those two colours, really bang on trend, bang on fashion.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry I ruined the illusion, apparently. I ruined the illusion of, oh, where are those pieces going? I think people will have noticed that pieces keep vanishing and then coming back on screen. Yeah, we've not got many of those left. It was an amazing price, just £9.95. Honestly, I've got to say, one of the great deals. And please, if you're watching now, do not forget, okay, I've got that tool coming up for you that gorgeous Fiona Potter's coming to talk to us about specifically. That's coming up very soon for you in the last hour of the show, so do stay tuned.
Okay, so on the last, I've just gone in between each petal, and then on the last one I've just popped one of those gorgeous, what are they called? Peridots on the centre, and then at the back just take the wires and just twist them together, just so that they're nice and tight. And then these wires are going to poke through the centre of your green. So if I just make a hole with my bradawl or my awl, poke the wires through. Okay, so that will sit on there. Okay, so there's my centerpiece.
Stunning.
I leave the tails on because that's going to be used now to attach it to the claspy section that we're going to make. There's my wire. I want my...
Don't forget, it's the square wire which you got in that kit. That kit, I don't know how, but I think we've still got about 14 left, weirdly. There was there was 4 different gauges of the square copper wire. We had round copper wire in there. We had so many gemstones. We had the wood in there as well. We had the woven meshy wire stuff, didn't we?
Knitted wire.
Knitted wire. Honestly, we had so much in there. Over £35 off. Those are the gemstones. Over £35 off. That's in at the bottom of your screen now. Over 35. It's almost half price. It's one of the lowest, like, biggest slashed kits I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like that, Jen. Did it throw you off then? We'd be great at kung fu.
Hand signalling.
You're not quite handsy.
Well, when you're communicating in there, when I'm demonstrating, yeah.
No. I'm checking what's going on next.
You'll often probably just see my hair wafting as I'm demonstrating. It's Becky to the side of me going,
what is there? So that is £37.95 at the bottom of the screen for you. Do check out whilst you can. Chic and charming. Why can't I say that?
I don't know why you can't say it.
Chic and charming.
Charming.
Charming. Why am I saying charming? It sounds like that toilet roll. Oh man. Anyway, £9.95.
Right. Let's make a claspy thing. I'm not quite sure what to call it because it's like got two arms.
Just sort of show it.
Yeah, go on. Let's show it first so we know where we're going.
So it's here. Oh, if I kind of pick it like that, there you go. You can see it there.
So one side sort of stays closed and pinched.
Yeah.
And the other side acts like a hook.
Yes, I see.
It's like a double hook.
Got ya. Okay, double hook. Double hook class.
I'll tell you what, just leave
Just
it.
you
Have
go.
Cup of coffee.
Yeah, I will, yeah. I'll just be quiet.
That's it.
I've got a bit of banana bread to finish off there. I'll just have that.
Right, so I've taken my, I think this is the 1 mil wire in the square wire. I've taken the length of it. You don't need to cut it from the reel, so we can just work straight from the reel. And then on the one end, I'm going to make a loop in sort of probably the widest part of the jaws of my pliers. It doesn't need to be too small. And we're going to roll it round so that it just meets itself on the other end. Okay? And then I'm just rubbing my thumb underneath just to give me a bit of a rounded shape. And I'm just going to use my thumb to form it back round. Now if you want to, you can pop something in there to give you that shape, but it's not really going to be seen. This is going to be functional, it's going to be hidden. So long as we've got roughly a rounded shape, that's fine. Then what we're going to do is repeat that on the other side, but just in reverse. So we're going to almost create like a figure of 8 loopy shape. So just run your fingers around the wire and pull it back on itself, making a shape that is roughly the same as the first one. Okay, so when you're happy that that's roughly the same, like wings, we can then trim this off, and I want a bigger loop on this side just so that I can attach, I've got something to wrap my centerpiece onto, give it a bit of support. Okay, so I mean, even a spiral would be nice, give me a nice flat surface. So take my flat nose, round nose pliers and just roll that section in until it meets that center point. Okay, so that's what you've got. This is the start of your clasp. It's actually I may have made this a little bit big actually, but you can make it smaller at home, and it also depends on the size of the center piece that you make of this centerpiece. So what I'm going to do is bend these back on themselves. Now ideally the bail making pliers are great for this because they they've got uniform sizes, and you can grip onto the wire and move it. But if you haven't, a pen or a pencil, and I haven't got my bail maker, so I'm going to use the handle of a crochet hook here.
Okay.
So basically hold, best way to keep tension is push your finger up from the center and finger up from the end, and push down with your pen or your mandrel and draw it round like so. Now I have made this a bit big, so we may have to do a bit of adjusting, but I'll show you a good trick. Okay, and the same the other side. Just bending them back round. We've got 2 hooks. I'm going to pull that back a bit. So I'm going to undo that and push the end. Yeah, I have made this a bit big, so at home, do it a bit smaller. I'll tell you how to measure it actually, that would be more useful to you, wouldn't it? So I would, when I would be making one of these, I would do it double the, each side would be double the, what's that? It's not, the diameter is that way, isn't it?
Radius.
Each side would be the same as the diameter, because halved it would just sort of poke out either side.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so each side, so each sort of loop would be about the diameter of your circle. So that's a guide for
I got you.
For sizing.
Got you.
Okay, so now we've got this shape. We're just going to use these wires that are sticking out the back of that piece of leather, and use these little loops that you've made to attach it in place. So we're just literally sewing it on. Okay. So a few stitches just to keep it in place. Now, I'd spend some time doing this. Remember, this is the clasp, so the more stitches you do, the more secure it will be, and so it's worth taking a bit of time to wrap this carefully and tightly, and then you've got no risk of it coming off or loose. It may involve going through the leather a few times, so a few stitches through the leather. And remember, you've got your flower on top of there, so you're not going to see the wire coming up and through the leather. It's not so much of a problem. Okay, so I've got it just tacked in there for now, so I'm going to cut these ends off just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now one end I want to take through, and I don't want that side to ever come off. I want it to stay, so it's almost like a hinge.
Okay.
So that end, I will just take the tip of the bend there, tip it upwards slightly, and pinch it down. So that's not going to come off now.
No, it's locked.
Okay. And then the other end, I'll tip up slightly again. It's going to help you slide this in and out of the clasp on the other side. And then that will hook into there when you want to put it on and off. Now you can see I've made it too wide because you shouldn't really be able to see it from in front. Okay, but when you show, you can see it there, which is a shame. But at home, make sure you just make it a bit smaller and you won't have that problem. Okay. Are you bringing more leather?
I am actually, yeah.
That's nice.
I'm bringing this one because I think the colour just goes so well.
Yeah, because you can go two ways with colour. You can go tonal or you can go contrast.
And you've contrasted here, obviously.
Yeah.
To make it pop on the actual piece here.
Yeah.
If I put it alongside it, you can see how well that goes. And this as a tonal move almost would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? So maybe people have, you know, got their hands on this leather and they want to do something a little bit more subdued for themselves, and this is going to be perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you felt this leather? This is a bit sturdier as well.
This is a sturdier one, yeah. It's
so just like the green.
So it's, and there's the tan.
The tan.
Yeah, it's quite similar. It's sort of like a red tan, this one, isn't it?
You're right, actually. Yeah, in comparison. I always think it's really funny. You can look at the colour and it can definitely be brown, but then put it next to something brown and it goes, it's mad, isn't it? They're gorgeous together, aren't they?
Love that.
Aren't they just beautiful? So this is the leather you get the chance to work with today. Now, this would incorporate really nicely into your piece, actually, wouldn't it? Oh, look at it with the black as well, yeah.
Look at it with the black.
Oh, yeah. I think that's beautiful.
Yes.
This would tie in really well, actually. I quite like the idea of doing maybe alternate petals or something for this.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Look at these shoe clips. That's what we use the shoe clips from the kit for. So you've got your tan leather there. Maybe you couldn't stretch to the price of all three, or you can treat yourself to just this one if you want to. Your price point today, £12.95, of course, as we know. But Helena is in a particularly mischievous mood today. So she's going to roll it down in price. She just told me to say, you know, don't expect this again. She's not really allowed to, but she's going to. Should be £12.95. It's £9.95 now. Why not? She wants to. She fancies it. We're going hard. Or go home this Friday. It's £9.95 for you today. So do treat yourself. It'll be really pretty. Really pretty.
It's just a lovely colour.
Yeah,
and again,
it is.
it's a foundation. It's a base. It's neutral,
perfect,
isn't it?
Perfect. Treat yourself whilst you can today.
Okay, so apart from making little chains that I hung on, the only thing left to do for this
and that's
design,
with the square wire, isn't it?
Yes.
That you've made the
chains.
chains.
I made the chains with a square wire. It's nice because when it twists, it almost looks like a facet.
It really
or
does.
a diamond cut, you know?
It's gorgeous.
So
really
it's really nice.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to make the tassel now, and you may have seen this before, and it's on the wonderful leather DVDs as well that we've. There you go, the wonderful leather DVD by Natalia, beautiful lady.
Stunning lady.
She'll show you how to make tassels on here, but I'll show you a very simple version.
We'll pop this on really, really quickly for you just because we've referenced it, and then we'll have a little look at what Gem's going to show us. Gorgeous Natalia, genuinely one of the nicest ladies possibly in the world ever.
Yeah.
I think. I really do. She's lovely, and she is so talented. She really is. You have got the chance to learn how to make these projects on this DVD. Look at the amount you get taught. It's such a fantastic DVD. It goes into real detail on different types of leathers as well, how to use them in different ways, and these leathers we're working with today are perfect for it. And actually a lot of the tools that you'll see you know, us selling today on the show will be used within this. If you've never worked with leather before, this is a great direction to start, but I would say even if you have worked with leather before, get your hands on this because it takes you into whole different realms, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah,
it really does. It's fab.
I'd never worked with leather before I watched that.
No.
And then, you know, I've learned everything I know from that. I've done my own experiments since, but yeah, that's where I started.
Honestly, it is fab DVD. So many projects on there. Your price point today is just £14.95. Get your fabulous leather whilst you can. We don't have that many of these left in stock actually, so you know, just get them whilst you can. If you are brand new and you're just thinking of trying it out, we don't have this on often at all, and we don't have many left at all. And I'm not positive. You know, we are going to be reordering them once they're all gone. So please do get them whilst you can. £14.95 is a great price, and it's
148 minutes, so literally long, over an hour's worth of tutorial there, which is fab. Okay, brilliant. So,
right,
tasseling.
So tassels, in exactly the same way as I started the cuff bracelet earlier, I measured out a length of the black leather and cut it with my pinking shears again. And I would recommend you invest in those. If not, measure out sort of 1/2 centimetre intervals and cut up. So I've got all these cuts in here. I'm just popping a bit of the fabric glue in a few points along the top. We don't need much because I'm going to hold it together with wire actually, but this will just give me a bit of extra security.
Don't forget, we did have that bundle with this exact glue in earlier on. It also had 925 and 2 lengths of suedette cord as well. We took it to $9.95. It was just a price, so get it if you want it.
It's coming in at the bottom of your screen, I think we said in a minute.
Okay, and then here I've got again another piece of the 1mm square wire, and I've popped two wooden beads on, one at the top, one at the bottom, and I've defined this space by the depth of the top of my tassel. So what I'm going to have is one bead that sits just above my tassel and one bead that sits just inside the tassel, and it's going to help, one, give me a little bit of a flaring out of the tassel so that it flares out a little bit, and two, this is going to stop the wires from slipping in and out, so it's going to be very secure. So an eye loop at either end, and then just literally take the leather and roll it around the wire centre. Now I'm going to have to pick this up to do it because otherwise it's going to look much more awkward than it is. Always when you're starting something like this, it's always the first wrap that takes the longest. Once you get going, try and keep it nice and tight because it just keeps it neat. Okay, so then all the way around, rolling it into place, keeping the top level. That'll give you a nice neat tassel at the top, and keep going until you reach the end. Okay, and there's just enough glue on there just to hold it in place, and you don't want to overload it. So there's the start of your tassel. Then what I've done is taken another piece of wire. This time I think I've got the 0.8 here.
0.8 square wire that was in the kit, don't forget.
I've threaded on a few of the little round wooden beads, and they're going to go just around the centre point of the tassel. Wrap them around. I'll tell you what, I'll start it off first. Wrap them around and then take the tails and keep wrapping. So we get a nice, just decorative top to our tassel really, and the wire will hold it in. So a couple of times around with the wire. That will do it, and then trim them off, and I trim at the back for this. And if we take the tips of the wire and just twist so that it rolls in and tucks in. Okay, and just move this one down a bit and just tuck the end of the wire in by pushing it into the leather to keep it nice and secure. And then we've got a tassel. You might want to reposition the beads just so that they sit where you want them to. And then that tassel attaches just on that loop that you've made. Now you might want a bit of separation, so a couple of gemstones there before you attach it in so that it just dangles below. Will be what I've done on that one.
Yeah, you've added like a little loop.
Or we can just use these if we're being lazy. These nice big links.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do that for now, just so you can see the finished effect. Sounds like a pantomime was going on somewhere in the building.
I just went like this. No one else reacted. I thought it was just me. No. Was it like the screaming child?
It was, yeah, or
Pete, like right? Wasn't you, was it?
Pete throwing his voice.
Not again, Pete.
Okay, and then that's almost it, done really.
I think that's amazing.
A few little chains just for a bit of added detail.
A few little chains to add on, and easy McPeasy. I can't get over how fab and easy that is actually to do. I just love it.
Yeah,
Jem, thank you so much for showing us that. I think it's gorgeous, isn't it? Now, don't forget, you do get the chance to win 3 of these pieces here today. I've given you your first clue. Don't you like putting an extra syllable in words by accident? An extra clue. I'm going to give you your second clue right here, right now. This is a good one.
Go on then.
B-52s.
Okay.
Red crustacean. Anyone?
Yeah, I got it.
Have you got it?
I think so.
B-52's red crustacean. Something we sell at Jewellery Maker. I told you they'd get harder, but they've got to, because you do get the chance to win 3 of these pieces. Hold that answer for now. I'm going to have one more answer for you very shortly after the break. Thank you, Jem, for showing us those. We will be back with Jem very, very soon. After the break, I am being joined by the lovely, the wonderful Fiona Potter to show us something just a little bit different. If you're into wire work, resin, polymer, leather, or just plain old nature, then it's going to be perfect for you. Do stay tuned. I'll be back with Fiona and lovely Jem in just a few minutes. See you in a bit.
I think labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
I've been on the introduction to beadwork from Jewellery Maker, and the class was run by Linda, who I've watched on television many times, and always thought, well, I must go to that class because I've bought a lot of the jewellery, the lovely stones, but never ever sat down really and studied it. It's much easier when somebody explains what you've got to do. So I've made necklaces, I've made some lovely earrings. And it's good because we've got all the choice of beads stones we're able to use, and I've had a thoroughly good day. And of course I dragged my daughter along, who's kept me in tow, so it's open to all ages. It was super. We met a very good crowd.
Take a length of wire and mark the centre with a crease. This is so each spiral is symmetrical. Using your round nose pliers, start the spiral at one end, then changing to your flat nose pliers, push and turn. Continue this motion until you get to the crease in the middle. Then turn your wire around and flip it over. Then repeat the process, but make sure your spiral goes in the opposite direction. You should end up with an S shape. Using your round nose pliers, take your completed spiral and slightly push the spiral out on both sides. You will then need a bead of your choice and an eye pin. Take the eye pin through the one side of the cage and then through the bead and fold the cage over. Then feed the eye pin through the other end of the cage. Pull the wire tight and cut off the excess to the length required. Push the wire down the bead to form the cage. And there you have your caged earrings.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. Get creative with Mark Smith with his Craft Fair DVD. Mark guides you through 6 sections of fascinating techniques that sell the best on his very own successful craft fairs. He concludes this DVD by sharing his own tips and hints that make his own stalls very popular. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Hello, lovelies. Look who's here. It's gorgeous Fiona. How are you, lovely?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh my goodness, your lot are working away hard in there today.
Really hard. It's brilliant.
It is absolutely fantastic, and it's brand new workshop that Fiona's putting on. And for me, it is possibly one of the most mixed medias.
It is completely.
What are you doing today? Tell us about it.
We're using bare copper, and we are making our own bezels. It's a 2-layer one, and they're both 2-layer ones. One's a round one and one's a square one. It goes with a complete lip and sort of like a saucer edge as well. It's textured, it's patinaed, and then you can decide if you're going to fill it with resin, polymer clay, jewel enamel, anything.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had the most amazing fun. The ladies have loved it.
Honestly, they're making proper professional looking bezels with kind of rivets and everything.
We're doing rivets, cold connections, all sorts of textures.
Fab.
It's brilliant, honestly.
Honestly, do keep your eyes peeled for that, because I've got to say it looks fantastic. And speaking of fantastic,
oh, my hero product.
Talk to me, talk to me. Your hero product, why?
Because, well, obviously you all know that I'm a resinaholic. And,
she ain't afraid to say it.
But with the resin, I love to put flowers, and I've done a lot of floral resin. And when I first started doing it, I had one of these, but a much smaller version that you could get about 6 flowers on. And so I brought it into Jewellery Maker, said, please can we have this? And Jewellery Maker answered our prayers. And we have one, so we can now pick flowers that are completely fresh in the garden. In fact, I should have brought some pieces in because they are next door. Flowers completely fresh from the garden. I pick a lot of wildflowers as I'm on a walk. Gorgeous. Come home, take the heads off, and just pop them. And all we're doing with this, you've got your various layers. You need your cotton lawn layer in the middle, and you give it a little spritz of water.
Okay.
And then you put your flowers on it in the way that you want them to dry or to be pressed.
So in shapes that you'd like them to be in.
Either you can put them in shapes, because obviously when they're pressed they will stick together like that. So you could put them in shapes and organise them. But you can also use single heads, you could use leaves, you could, you know, there's a, I can't think what it is, it's a wildflower, or okay, it's a weed. I like them because they're really natural.
Okay.
And it has little feathery sort of leaves, almost sort of fern-like, and it dries beautifully and makes a fantastic background for your flowers on top. So you can dry all of those things. So give it a spritz, put your flowers on, spritz the other side, lay that with one down, with your flowers on the counter, lay that one over the top of it.
Okay.
And then you put your clips on the side.
And literally
you hold that together.
So you just pop them in.
Pop the
really easy
on,
to do.
And then you go
see
around
that.
and do the other side.
Just to let you know, low quantity on this, everyone, just been told.
I'm not surprised. I think we had it on the birthday show, I think it was, and I think it
not
sold
been
out.
seen since in them.
Sold out, I think. And everybody that came on the floral resin workshop last month bought one of those. And
love it.
We've got another floral resin workshop in August.
Fab, so perfect for that.
Perfect.
So once it's all locked in, because back in my day, when I used to dry flowers, it used to involve getting a yellow pages, or the phone books are available, putting them in there, and then having to wait about 9-10 weeks for them to be dried. You'd peek at them and then they weren't quite right, or they'd
Absolutely.
How long does this take? 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 7 weeks?
8 to 10 seconds.
8 to 10 seconds.
8 to 10 seconds in the microwave. Yeah. At 10 seconds, depending on what flowers you've got in there. Some of the wildflowers have got very, very, very lightweight petals, and they dry very quickly. So I would try not to mix too many different textures together on each drying.
Right.
But you put them in there after about 10 seconds, take it out, have a look at it. Now, the one tip I can give you, if you open your microwave and you can smell the flowers, you've overdone it.
Okay, so little bit by little bit.
Little bit by little bit, take it out, unclip the clips, take a little peek. Don't take it all off, just take a peek. Yeah, that's okay. Then the other corner, because what happens is the flowers tend to stick to the cotton lawn a little bit.
I see.
And if they're not properly dry, then they'll peel off. So then you might want to put them in for another 5 seconds.
That is amazing. It dries your flowers in seconds. Think about doing wedding day pieces, you know, maybe if you're a florist or you know a florist and you know you commission, you know, that you get the flowers, being able to dry out the bouquets to make into a piece of jewellery in literally seconds.
And the buttonholes as well, you know, the little ferns that you get with buttonholes.
Yes,
perfect to dry with the petals. And if it's a particularly big flower like a rose, then what you can do is sort of peel off some of the petals and actually just press the petals. But if you want to, then you can either press them separately or together and then make your own arrangement as it's going into the resin.
Oh, I love that. And thinking about things like, you know, if you're, you know, paper crafter like myself, you do memory books, you know, if you go away on holiday and you get, you know, the beach, you know, you get the beach ferns and things like that, the beach grasses, don't you?
Yeah.
And then having those behind your photos as a memory forever.
I did, I'm trying to think where we were. It's one place, there's only 2 places in the country where it grows apparently, and I can't think where they are now, but it was sea holly.
Oh right, yeah. I've seen pictures and I've seen
it has the most exquisite leaves.
Yeah.
And where we were staying, there was loads of it growing, and this bit was all battered on the floor, so I just sort of gave it extra life. Because I brought it home, I let it dry properly.
Love that.
Set it in resin.
Fiona, thank you so much for telling us about that. Let's get the price in actually. What do you think of our price? Your price point today?
Fabulous.
We are going to roll it down though. We are rolling it down today.
Are you?
Yeah. We're taking it under 35. 34.95. Your face has just lit up even more now.
I can tell you that is a bargain, because on another popular site that you can go to for other things as well, they are quite a few pounds more.
Really?
And if you've already got an open basket, you haven't even got the paper post and packet.
Absolutely, you haven't. Fiona, you don't need another one, love. Thank you so much for this. You're a love. Go back to your lovely ladies, finish off your bezel, and don't forget, if you want a hug from the world's best hugger, you better get yourself booked onto one of her workshops, because they are a riot. Thank you, gorgeous Fiona. Well done, everyone. I've got about 30 of these left. Once it's gone, it's gone. You get everything you named. You do get a little instruction booklet as well in there as well. Honestly, treat yourself whilst you can. That's an amazing price. We've just knocked it down for you for the last 30. So check it out whilst you can. Well done, everyone. Let's move on to get the look, shall we? This is fast, furious. Got to squeeze in quite a few things for you here right now. So let's do so. Get your fingers ready, because you've got to get dialing, okay? 0800 644 655. If you see anything that you love and you like, get in on the phone lines, because this is Get the Look. We're talking about things that are beautiful, things that are elegant, things that are high-end, and what a great way to start with these keys. I did a set of keys for you before, but these ones are in the rose gold colour. Now this is perfect for Get the Look if you got them with the others earlier, because look how perfect they are together. We're talking about mixed metals. We've seen the keys design in lots of different pieces, you know. In fact, lovely director Ben has got some pictures of some key pieces for us. Key pieces. And you are getting 20 of these in total. When we think of keys, we think of the connotation. You know, you think of opening the key to the door, you think of moving on to new places, new things, and you know, it just says there, life is a journey, only you hold the key, and you can hold 20 of these keys today for a great price. You really can. You are getting the rose gold colouring here, you know,
And with these, you have got the opportunity to use them for card making, to use them on neckline pieces, pairs of earrings you could do with these easy peasy because they're not super duper overly heavy. Don't forget they are genuine rose gold plating that we've got on this, not even flash plating, so even more metal there. Stunning. 20 of these in total. Your price point today for all of these is just £9.95 and you get absolutely loads of these. They're going to be great for so many different things. They're done, they're ready, they're beautiful for you, and you are getting 20 of these. That's working out just, well, not a few pence per one, isn't it, realistically? It's really not working out that much at all, is it? Less than 50p per one, isn't it? Which is fantastic. Get them whilst you can. Well done. And they'll be great with those gold ones, which I think we still have a few left of. Just do take a little look. Beddle 41 is your code on this one today. Well done, everyone. I've got for you now. Get the look or what? Take a look. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah, the weight of this is sensational. Take a little look at what I've got here for you whilst I rummage around for the box. Isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, that looks so super modern, doesn't it? That on its by its own could just be a really modern ring, couldn't it? Now, I have got gemstones to fit this. If I could find them, that would be amazing. No, there's nothing in that box. I've got for you here this gorgeous sterling silver ring. It's your ring mount that we've got. Yeah, it's genuine sterling silver. And guess what? It's encrusted with this genuine, beautiful white topaz that we've got in here. It is truly beautiful. And I do have gemstones to fit them. These are the oval shapes that we're looking for, and we're going to bring you the gemstones that go within these very, very soon. It is beautiful. It's sensational. It is size 5, so a little bit small. What size 5 reminds me? Oh, it's not an end to know, it's slightly smaller than that. But the great thing with this is we've still kept all that metal within there. You can see it's you know, about 2.5 grams worth of the metal that we've got in here. But you can just, if you want to go and get this resized, it can just be stretched out easier than it can be to take away. So it's easy peasy for you to do. It is just truly sensational. Your price point today for almost, well, for 2.5 grams worth of genuine silver, just £14.95. I mean, genuinely. It looks so high-end. Riddle me this. How much would you be paying for a 925 ring with topaz in on a high street? Genuinely, how much would you? At least £35, at least. Maybe, you know, with a big gemstone in the middle, maybe more like 100 and something pounds. You know, the first ring that I bought was just a plain amethyst ring, really, really simple ring, and it was just in silver, and it was £165. There was no topaz, there was no encrusting in it at all. It was nothing much at all, really. But today you've got the chance to get your hands on this. I've got not many of these left, apparently, and not many of these left at all. £14.95 for you today on this. What do you think of this gem? Because I can sort of see you flirting across the eyes on it.
It is gorgeous, isn't it? Do you know, I love how, I like sparkly, but I like it contained.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I do
it's
know
got
what
to
you mean.
be in a solid shape for me.
Yeah.
And that's got that lovely solid shape at the top and then sparkle within.
Yeah.
It's not jetting off in all directions, so I really like that. It's very contemporary.
It is fab, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
I love it, I really do. I just think it's totally gorgeous. We do have the gemstones to fit this, and I would show you, but Cass seems to have... It's not in those white boxes there, is it? It's right here, guys. I've literally had them running around for the whole of that cell, which is why you might have heard ruffling. That rustling you heard was Pete and Eleanor. Oh, where's the box? It was literally, I like nudged my elbow on it before. So sorry. Gosh, I love you all. Only you lot will forgive me for such idiocy. Take a little look. I've got these gemstones to fit here for you. These are stunning, aren't they? These are coming up in a second. Let me show you the aquamarine, for example. This is the gemstones coming up. Hang on. Topaz. God, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I'm going to get it out for you. because I want to show you this in the ring shank itself, just to show you how stunning it is. I don't have many of this ring shank left at all though, so please do come in and get it whilst you can if you would like to. Here you go. Look. Obviously I've not got the prong set tool on me right now, but look. $14.95 for that ring. Gem Crow.
That's lovely.
Isn't that stunning?
That is really lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, I just love it. I love it. And you know what? You can get your hands on a numerous amount of these rings. Don't forget, I'll bring you the other ring shank right now. It is slightly larger in size. N to O on this one we've got size-wise. But let me show you again. You know, with this one in it. Sorry, I'm going to have to get my finger in the way. Sorry. Obviously, I've not got prong set tool, so do forgive me for sort of balancing it precariously, but look at that. Isn't that just spectacular? It's gorgeous. This is a size 7 that we've got ring shank-wise here. Again, it is 925 sterling silver, and yet again, it does have that beautiful topaz with it as well. Let me show you it with my, shall I show you it with my birthstone? Go on, as it's team amethyst, and Ben, I'll bring you this gorgeous piece. I want to put this in it as well, because you know what I said? The ring the price point on this, by the way, I better get that one for you. Price point for this ring shank is, of course, $14.95. But look at it with the amethyst in. Do you like that one?
I do.
I do. Gosh, that is like princess, isn't it? Oh, sorry, obviously I don't have my prong set tool. You don't even, you know, you can quite easily kind of taper these in a little bit if you've got the prong set tool. Really easy to do. Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, let's bring you the gemstone, shall we? Do check out your baskets on these ones. We don't have a lot of these left, you know, the prong set collections. We do not, so please do check out your baskets. Oh, I just love them. I do. I do you know what? I don't know how I haven't got myself one of these yet, but you know, you're setting up your account today. Helena, George. How's about we each get one of these? We go halves on a box. Should we do that? I love that idea. Who wants the amethyst? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the amethyst if you will give me the white topaz. Yeah? Okay, cool. You've got in here, gorgeous collection. You've got, yes, Ben, you can have the garnet. Pete, which one would you like?
Citrine, please.
Gemma's gone for the citrine. Sorry, too late. What are you offering?
No.
What?
You might need it.
You thought I might answer my question, Pete. You thought you might need the claw.
I was busy doing something.
Oh, what is he like? He just doesn't know he doesn't know what gemstones are in, does he? I've got black spinel, I've got red garnet, I've got citrine, I've got topaz, I've got oh, hang on. Oh, it's gorgeous. What else have I said? I've got your amethyst, I forgot about that. I've got your aquamarine as well in here. Let me show you with the citrine too, this ring, if I may. All of these, you're getting 6 of them. So choose what you want. Get yourself a few of these ring shanks. Choose which ones you want. Your price point today for all 6 of the gems. Look at that. Oh, £34.95. This is Gemma's. This is the one she's gone for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you love that?
I do love that. I actually did the duck face at that, didn't I?
You did do a bit of a duck face, which I think was lovely. It suits you. You can rock it, Gem. That is just stunning, isn't it? Now, can you just work out for me how much each of these gemstones are? Because I'd love to work out how much this ring would be. So it's £34.95 for 6. So these work out £5.83 per one, which means therefore with the £14.95 ring shank, they're working out about £20. £20 for a topaz, 95 sterling silver, and say garnet, spinel, you know, citrine, topaz ring.
I know, and if you just turn that ring shank so you can see the inside, the shoulders, and the, you know, the workmanship in it. That's
gone into it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. It's hugely chunky.
It's not one of these with the spindly.
No,
you know,
there's a lot of real good metal in there.
Together.
And it's amazing. Get it whilst you can, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. Get the look, and I'll tell you what the look is with this. Professionalism. That's how the high-end jewellers make their jewellery, you know. They get the shank and they get the gemstone. It's just fantastic. It really, really is. Well done to all of you. Okie pokely, what have we got now? Well done to you all. Got for you now, if you want it, you've got to be... Are we going to do these ones now? Yeah? What do you think? Yeah? Yeah? No? Oh, let's do the owl. Let's do the owl. I really want to show you that owl. Where is it? Pete's popped it on the desk by me. Thank you, Pete, you lovely gentleman. Aren't you kind and organised? Take a little look. Yeah, take a little look. You're going to have a hoot with this. Be honest, you've missed my really rubbish jokes. Look at him! Oh my gosh, he's a proper wise owl. Guess what? This is 925. I think this is the biggest individual piece of 925 I have ever seen. It's amazing. This is your fancy owl charm. It is gorgeous, isn't he? I love him.
Do you know what? That would be perfect if you're making something for the teachers for the end of term. You know, the owl and for a bookmark.
Yes.
And you know, because
the
it's
wise
the
owl.
wisdom of the owl.
Sorry, that's a hat. Sorry.
So they're great. It's a great symbol for teachers, isn't it? And this time of year.
Of course it is.
We're all trying to make desperately.
How amazing is it that he's got white topaz eyes? His eyes are white topaz.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Look how
Really
gorgeous
cute.
he is. And look, he's got a bolt ring clasp attached to him. So you can add him to your charm bracelet, you can add him to your phone just as is. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing. I love it. You think of owls, you think of wisdom. You think of owls, you think of knowing. You think of age. You think of caring as well. Owls, you think very compassionate animal, don't you?
Yeah.
I think they're amazing. I absolutely love him. Your price point today, just £14.95. And I tell you what, he is a weighty little thing. That is got to be, at the feel of it, the biggest amount of 925 I've seen. And people will know it's 925 because he has it written on his feet. I thought feet was better. Look, he's just adorable. And you've got, you know, even the detail at his back as well. And at the tip. I just think he's gorgeous. There is wings. There is wings going around, look. I love him. You've got to be quick if you want him because he is flying away. £14.95. I just think he's adorable. Really weighty as well. Great for charm bracelets. Great as an add-on as well. Do treat yourself to those. Jem, you'll be able to tell me about this next one, I think. Okay. You know, earlier you were talking about the square wire and how you made the links and how they almost look faceted. It made me think of these instantly. Take a little look at these. I've never seen anything like them before. They're described as spacers, but they're 925 spacers. One side is domed, one side is flat, but then you've got this little nooking at the top.
Okay.
Isn't that unusual? Let me show you the back. Flattened back.
Yeah. I tell you, they're great for hanging bales, putting your bales on.
Exactly what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know, it won't spin round and its flat's going to sit to your neck.
Yes.
Domed on the top.
Yes.
And then your little pinch bales, they're perfect for in there.
To nick in there.
Yeah, and they don't move around so much.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great to have then in your collection, isn't it?
Yeah, or even if you want to link, you know, make a nice bracelet that links together, just pop in your wrapped loops. So if you want to wire work into them, if you wire into that little nook, you're not going to have the wire standing proud.
Love that.
It's going to be very flush.
Flat against it. Yeah. That's perfect, isn't it? So loads you can do with these then. They are genuine 925. You're getting 10 of them. So great for your pieces. Could do up to 10 necklaces therefore. Your price point today, £9.95. Now, Jem, I've not seen these before, so you'll be able to tell me better than anyone. Is that a decent price?
It's a good price. It's a great price because they're niche. And so always when you buy something niche or just for one purpose, you know, you expect to pay more. So really you're not paying much more than you would for a general jump ring. That's you know, which is brilliant, isn't it?
Well, I love that we're going to take it down in price. Quite slippy too. Your price point today, we're rolling them down. Your price point is actually £7.95 for 10. So if £9.95 was great, then...
It is great. It really is great. And it just is going to set you apart, isn't it? From, you know, it takes you from jewellery maker to jewellery craft, you know, craftsman Do you know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean.
From, what's the word I'm looking for? From homemade to handmade.
Handmade. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. They're fab. They really are. I do have to move on, even though loads of you are coming in. But £7.95 is an absolute bargain. I've not seen anything like those before. Do have fun with those. On the table now, I'm going to bring to you some leather cord, and actually, well, kind of the snakeskin design cord that we've got here. We haven't seen this in ages. Jem, you'll be able to tell us about this. Jem's eyes just...
I just love them. I absolutely love them. And just, you know, imagine if you've got, we did that fringing like we did on the cuff earlier.
Yes.
And just put one of those around instead of the green, you know, where we put the green. That would just be the ultimate trim. And it's so simple. It's all done for you.
It's fab, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's all finished off beautifully. All of these are 10 by 3 mil. You get a meter's worth of each. All of them with this kind of snake-esque skin design. You get the gold and black, you get the gold itself, you get the white and black, and you get that brown orange as well. Your price point today for a meter's worth of this, in each, should be £11.80. We are going to roll the price down though, if you want us to. You do, don't you? May as well, why not? Do treat yourself to these today for 4 metres worth in total. Your price point is just £7.95 for you today. £7.95. Now, just to let you know, I'm going to give my final clue right now for that competition. And then we're going to pick a winner. Now, as soon as I give you the clue, you've got 5 minutes to get in with your answers of the previous 3. So here's your third and final clue to win those pieces. Zambian, Oz, Colombia. Colombia, Oz, and Zambia. Have you got it? Text in if you have those 3 clues for you. Text in if you have. You've got 5 minutes. We'll pick out a winner for you. 4 metres worth of your snake skin for you. £7.95 for you today. Well done, everybody. Get those whilst you can. Not many of those left, actually. We don't have many of them left in general anyway. Do text in your answers. You've got the chance to win 3 of those, and I'm going to announce the winner really soon because I've only got about 15 minutes left. Can you believe it? Got for you now. Oh my gosh. Look. It's one of the most loved gemstones in the world. I showed you it right from the start of the show. It is exceptional. Now I need to point out this gemstone is highly sought after, highly priced. In fact, so highly prized that, you know, one of the members of staff in our company called Matt Bennett, he himself, took a real shine to this gemstone, and actually I've got a piece written by him that my director Ben's going to show you right now. You can see there that's a piece that I've edited down slightly because it didn't half go on. He really loved it. He wrote quite a lot about this gemstone, but he's talking about in there how without doubt Imperial Topaz is one of the rarest gemstones on the planet. He's also talking about how the scarcity of the gemstone is evident from the size of the mine, very small mining areas. It also talks about how Imperial Topaz is unique and that it's the only colour that's totally natural, and those who love watching the evening sunset, there is nothing quite that can quite compete to the colour of Imperial Topaz. Take that image in your mind. Think of beautiful sunlight dancing on crystal clear sea, and that's what you've got here. One of the rarest gemstones on the planet today, and I mean, Imperial Topaz is one of my favourite gemstones anyway. I love its scarcity, I love its rarity, but when it's on a strand like this, I just love the quality. Have you ever seen an Imperial Topaz like this? This Imperial Topaz winks at me and reminds me of
you know, zircon, those beautiful cognac zircons, doesn't it? It gives you that look. It even, you know, and forgive me if you disagree, but it even gives you a nod towards diamonds. You know, when we get diamonds, the vast majority of diamonds are kind of great colour-wise, you know, they're not quite hitting the clarity, are they? They're not perfectly clear. A natural coloured, generally, diamond goes from sort of your clean, purest of colour all the way to the browns and yellows, don't they? Those are the colours we've got here. It's that natural diamond-like colour, it really is. And the fact of the matter is, on this strand, you've got brilliance. Now, that doesn't happen with imperial topaz often at all. That's why, to me, if someone said to me, you know, just at a glance, oh my gosh, I've got you a multicoloured zircon strand, I would see it, I would think, oh, way up, yeah, it is. And I would expect that £40, £50 price point. It's imperial topaz, though, and in a weird way, you know, therefore, it's even more tricky to get your hands on than zircon, and in many areas it's even more loved than zircon, so surely price point wise we'd expect even more. If you want to get your hands on a topaz and a gemstone, which is it way out prices things like in general, it way out prices things like your sky blue topaz, way outweighs the price on them in general terms. If I was happy, if I was able to bring this to you today at £50 and £54.95, like I have done with imperial topaz in the past, I would honestly say I'm as chuffed as anything to do so. But guess what? I'm going to smash that price down. When I say to you, and you know what I'm like, I don't mess around. I'm not going to stand here and say I'm totally in love with a gemstone if I'm not. And just to let you know, if I don't particularly like a strand, what will happen generally is I'll ask my guest designer why they like it, or I'll talk a lot about the history of it. We're not all going to like every single gemstone in the world, are we? Do you know what? Life would be boring if we did. But at the end of the day, I've got here a gemstone which is so stunning and so beautiful. I'm happy to say how much I love it, how it's easy to use, but also that we're going to drop the price so everyone feels the same. £11.95 for you today is just spectacular. That is another one that Helena's going to add to her basket tonight. Honestly, that price point genuinely is astonishing, isn't it? It really, really is. What do you think, Gem, of this?
I remember when we first got it and there was such a buzz. It was me and Jenny and we had it for a late show, and she rang me up in the day and said, we've got imperial topaz. And I remember seeing it and not quite understanding the buzz at first, and then I got to work with it and then realised that it has its very own power and presence, and it really does. It's completely unmistakable.
Yeah, you're right.
And I can't tell you why that is exactly. It just definitely has its very own presence.
I feel that it's quite magnetic in a way. If I see it, I'm instantly drawn to it.
Yeah.
It's one of those pieces that, I do have quite a few different ones in my stash in my collection, but it's one of those a little bit kind of like hematite and pyrite in a way that I always want to work with.
Yeah.
Because it will go with everything, won't it?
Yeah, it does. But I find whenever I've worked with it, I've created very simple jewellery. I haven't overcrowded it with anything, and that's not because necessarily I've thought about it, but that's generally what seems to happen. I seem to not overcomplicate anything I do with imperial topaz.
I absolutely adore it.
It is gorgeous. I adore it too.
I just think it's gorgeous, I really do. Come and get it whilst you can. That price point will not be sticking around for very long. £11.95 for you today. Honestly, that is one of the most high-end of all imperial topaz you're ever going to get. And do you know what? It is a bargain. Producer Helena's, just saying she probably shouldn't have taken it that low because the quality is immense, but she wants to get her hands on it. So why not? And do you know what? I think I'll be getting that as well. Well done, all of you. Names going off my screen, multi-buyers, but well done to every single one of you. That is truly sensational. I'm going to squeeze in now. 13, did you say? Really, really quickly, get the look again for your rings. Now, these are beautiful, beautiful rings, but these are your circular shapes that I've got here for you right now. So this is your ring shank that I've got here. This is your size 7. So, Enter O size that I've got here. Sorry, I'm just going to have to swap my finger. Sorry about that. So I've got loads of different gemstones for you, the opportunity to get your hands in here. I have got, of course, the amethyst. Your price point today, by the way, for your 925 sterling silver ring, just £6.95 for you today. And let me just show you one gemstone within this that you have the chance of owning today. You know, if you've got the prong set tool, more the better. But if you haven't, don't worry, you can still use gemstones with just a little bit of etching, a little bit of movement with this. I mean, look. I've literally just popped that into place. Don't get me wrong, I won't go out with it like that because it will come off. But look at the quality of it. It's sensational. £6.95 for the ring, and it's beautiful effect. It's gorgeous how it's carved out at the shoulder point of this so that you do get that light travelling through, so you get that brilliance and beauty. Check out the baskets on that. It's £6.95. I've also got the same design but larger size here for you. Size on this one. What size are we on that one, lovely? Pardon? It's a size 9 that we've got on that one for you. I've got to get out this topaz. And again, same design for you. And guess what? Price point is just £6.95, even though, you know, you're getting all of that £9.25. Take a look. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that! My days! Size 9, by the way, is an R to S, so a very common worn size for you. £6.95 for you, and I've got the gemstones to fit it. That topaz is sensational. So let's get your hands on that one whilst you can. You know, we don't get these in very often. I will bring you the gemstones now. You get this collection. Black spinel, you've got in there. You've got your amethyst that I got out for you before. You've got your citrine in there. You've got the topaz too, don't forget, in here. Oh, and just to let you know, even if you're not going to use these for your prong setting, you know, just having them as a selection, as a talking point. If you're thinking of going into doing individual one-off designs, you know, you don't have to prong set these. You can use these. What do you mean we're going to the lowest ever price point on this? No way. Should we go in half skis on this one as well, team? If we're going to the lowest ever price. Oh, I tell you what. Ben, you're not getting the amethyst. You're not even part of Team Amethyst. Team Amethyst and Ben, it's called. Ben, I love you. You've got your black spinel, your white garnet, your aquamarine as well in here. Let me show you your price point today, shall I? Should be. I'm as excited as you are. I've no idea what price point we're going to. Your price point today should be £29.95, which is sensational. Let me show you this garnet as well. She's thinking, she's thought it up, she's gone for it. Lowest ever price point for 6 gemstones, £23.95. You've just bought the ring shank for £6.95, sorry for my fingerprint. You've just bought the ring shank of genuine 925 for £6.95, and now guess what? You've just bought the gemstones for £3.99 each. So essentially, you're making your own ring for £10.94.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just it's such good quality as well. I can never get over the quality of the ring shanks here. You know, I've bought them before, you know, in your high street jewellers. You know, they're just low end really. But they're so spindly, the silver, and it's, you know, the prongs will snap, the housing, I'm not sure what it's called, the nest or the housing, the basket, is it?
What, the prong section of the crown? Yeah, I know what you mean,
They snap easily, they'll weft in, but these are so solid. Look at the
They really are,
of it.
aren't they? Sometimes, I know what you mean, it's almost like a whisper of metal, isn't it? Like metal was here. But with this, tell you what, that is impactful, isn't it? Look at the amount. I just love it. Well done, everyone. Lowest ever price point on those. Get them whilst you can, £23.95. Okay, I'm squeezing in a bundle for you now because, you know, we've got so many deals and that is about to run out as well. So please do get them if you want them lowest ever price. We might get told off for that. Do you know what? Buy it, because otherwise lovely lady might get told off. On the table, I'm bringing to, you know, what? That's the recap on the thing, isn't it? The caps? Or what's 18? I like that. Okay, quick one for you here. I've got that.
How gorgeous is this? How amazing is that? And look, this is the one that, you know, this is the one that we gave to Gemma for a challenge that I'll recap for you in a bit. This is the one you were talking about in box 14, isn't it? Oh, this is in box 14 for some reason. Yeah, but look how gorgeous that is as a collection. Sensational, isn't it? So I've got here for you just a stunning array. If you love your ocean blues, then I tell you what, you are in exactly the right place. You've got Ocean Drive here today. Sodalite you've got in the small nuggets. They're about an 8x3 in areas. You've got the stunning dendritic opal, which we do not see often on at all. Dendritic opal, you know, does what it says on the tin. It has dendritic elements within it. Dendrite meaning fern-like structure. It has fern-like structure within it. Dendrite is a gemstone that used to be an imperial gemstone. It's used in a vast majority of Fabergé pieces, one of the most loved gemstones in the world. It is absolutely sensational. It's beautiful, every single one unique and individual. It's not the normal pow bang in your face monochrome effect. It's really, really beautiful, delicate, and I just absolutely adore it. I really do. And then I've also got your lapis lazuli as well in the nuggets too. They're about 14x4. This is something that lovely Anne Smiley Face has made for us. And look, she's got the nuggets twisted around at the front. I'm not even sure that she's restranded those. No, she hasn't. Look, she's just folded them over. How easy is that? Done the beading caps with a wax wire comb, and then if you see up here as well, she's gone on to use those gorgeous lapis all the way up the side there just to finish it off. Beautiful, simple design, but really, really effective. Your price point today for Ocean Drive should be £13.85, but it's not. We are going to roll it down for you. I'm going to roll this down because do you know what? We all love blue. We all love individuality. We all love textures. These are easy to work with, and today they're yours for £8.95 for you. Jem, what do you think of that? This is so you to me.
Yeah, well, it is actually. I was thinking it's so Debbie Bolford.
Yes, you're right, actually. Yeah.
It's casual, summer chic.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really lovely. I love the textures together, and Sue has done just exactly what I would want to do with it. Just put them together.
Actually, it's gorgeous. £8.95 for you today on that one. Now I'm moseying over to my lovely Gem Crow, because she's been making with our Unikite.
Yeah, I haven't had much time on it since about 4:10, so I haven't done much, but still, it was lovely to work with.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
We gave Gem a trio selection, and we gave you the top drilled rounds that were in the 8mm. You had the full mil plain rounds, 40 carats worth on that, and then you had that double strander as well of the nuggets. What have we done with this one? Not many of these left, by the way, because that price point was ridiculously low. We took it to £6.95. What have you done with these ones? What was your idea with them?
So I've just used the chain and threaded the chain, threaded the Unicode through the chain, and I love that. I really like that look, so I think I might be doing that with a few of mine when I get home.
Yeah, I like that look.
And then the beady bead, I wanted to show how the beady bead works, because you can't see any of the mechanics when it's got that lovely drill.
Stunning. And then the ring.
And the ring, same again, you can't see the mechanics of it. It looks like it's just sort of hovering and floating there.
That is just gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, and then there's that square wire. Again, you can see what a difference it makes.
Love it. Just to let you know that we do have a competition winner, by the way. Her name is the lovely Danielle Rush. Well done to you, Danielle. Well done to you. You'll get those 3 pieces from Gem. Gem, thank you so much. When you're with us next, I could see you thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking Danielle. I'm with you next Friday, I think.
Next Friday.
Mid-show, yeah.
Mid-show next Friday with the gorgeous Gemma Crow. I'm back with you on the morning show tomorrow with the wonderful Fleur. Stay tuned for the late show. Me and Gem will see you really soon. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Bye.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like,